Welcome everybody that comes in. I know we'll give you guys a few minutes. And oddly enough, there are fights on right now. So the very last fight of the prelim must have been going a little extra overtime because we were set to start at 7 with the main card, but we're in the tail end of the first round between Carlos Leal and Chitty Bang Bang in Janakua, whatever his last name is. I'm not really good with these.
That was a good attempt there.
I'm not really good with these foreign last names, but yeah, so they must be either running behind schedule, but I noticed in the last couple of cards, there's been 6 fights on the main card.
Yeah, well, without the pay-per-view model now, they're really kind of trying some things out. They're running way behind schedule tonight, so
let me get dialed in.
Interesting. Yeah, just got the live chat pulled up on my phone here. Say what's up when you come through. I'm going to be obviously watching the fights and commentating, but I've got my phone down here just out of the screen for those of you that want to tune in and join the chat. We had a great chat last time, Nick. It was that was fun.
Absolutely.
I love these,
And we hit like over 100 at one given time. So guys, let's try to break the record. Every time we do a live stream, let's just get that number up and up and up. Send the link out. If you've got friends that want to listen to some different opinions on the fights as they go on, let them know we're here.
Yeah, for sure. Shout out to everybody that came through last time. We had a really good time. And, we've been doing this for a long time, as far as creating YouTube videos and content is concerned. But the live stream thing is sort of new. But I got to be honest, I'm having a lot of fun with it because it's the only chance we get to do like live interactions with the people that watch our content.
Right.
Which is really
it's
cool.
so fun to bounce ideas and opinions off of one another. And sometimes people in the comments will come up with great ideas or great fights or great perspectives on tactics in a fight that maybe we're missing. So it's always fun to that's the same thing about the comment section.
Yeah.
I love me something I can work with. I'm all good for a troll. I'm all good for some love, but it's really fun when somebody gives me a really good technical thing or a cool fight perspective to look for. Then it gives me a better opportunity to really, come up with something good.
Well, I can't tell you how many times I've actually thought about something from a different perspective or even changed my opinion entirely based on some of the people that subscribe to our channel and some of the comments that they've left. There's some really sharp MMA minds that watch our content, which is super cool.
Oh yeah.
We love that. What's up, guys? We got 8 in the chat. It looks like now. Drop a comment. Let's get this chat rolling. Let us know where you're watching from. Oh, we got one here. This is great matchmaking right here. Leal and Chitty. Yeah, this is a good fight.
I love Chitty goes by Chitty Bang Bang because great movie and great name.
That is a reference that most young MMA watchers will not even get.
Children.
That was one of my favorite movies growing up as a kid. Chitty Bang Bang. Yeah.
Shout out to Harlan Williams. Whenever he was on Kill Tony, he's been coming out as the child snatcher with the nose and everything.
Oh, that's funny.
Handing out lollipops. It's pretty great.
But this guy Chitty's got some crazy kicks.
Dude, he started that first round just nothing but kicks. All variety everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, he was working inside leg kick, outside leg kick, body kick.
Oh, got rocked.
Leal literally was just about
down the pipe. Yeah.
Yeah, Leal has got a really good 1-2, and that's found its home a couple of times. And credit to him, he stayed right there in the pocket with a guy that's ripping kicks on him. He's a tough fella.
Yeah, and also is about 6 inches taller. And for him to have to, cut that range is really difficult. But he's able to find his target. He's using patience. He's not overthrowing volume. He knows that Chitty's really good with the long range, especially the kicks. But you can tell he's starting to get tired. Ooh, nice body kick from Chitty.
You can tell that Chitty needs to work on his hands a little bit, though. It's whenever you have a kicker that's really superb like that.
Beautiful.
That was nice.
Almost a Peter Yan.
Yeah, but if he can work in just a little bit better hands and some feinting and some creativity with the hand strikes and the elbows, I think he can really round out as a super, super high-level striker because his kicks are already there.
Yeah. And Leo, what we just saw from him was kind of lunging forward, leaning in on the punches because he has to cover a lot of distance. But the way he was finding the mark earlier was actually just creeping in slowly into range. And then you don't have to cover quite as much with an explosive move. Damn, these guys are really going at it.
Yeah, they're cracking now. That was a good straight punch there by Leo.
And just so y'all know, we're at 2 minutes, 31 seconds, 2 minutes, 30 of round 2.
Yeah, and we will have we weren't expecting to go live commenting on this fight because this is still on the prelims, but we had this live set for 7 Central Time, which is when the main card was set to start. It seems like they're running a little bit behind schedule today. So we figured instead of just waiting for the main card, why not just roll at 7 like we had planned? Yeah. So we kind of were caught a little off guard with this one as well. But this is a good fight. It's a good little warm up to sit here and talk about.
Yeah, for sure.
It's good to start here. When we first started, like the first 10 seconds, the mics weren't on.
Oh, good. Yeah. Well, there we go. So we were having some trouble with the microphones, but it looks like we're all good now.
Shout out Chris.
So this Chitty, I think, is winning the fight, but Leal's making this interesting, and he's landed some good straight shots. Nice takedown there.
Yeah, he could steal this round for sure. You know, it might be a clear 1-1 going into round 3 because he's landed bigger shots. He rocked him.
Way to stick with the trip there.
Njokuani. Is that how I'm saying that last name? Best way? Njokuani.
Njokuani. Yeah, that sounds right to me. Let's see here. Joey, what's up, man? Welcome back. It's good to see you again tonight.
Yo.
I hit a 12 leg last week, $15 for $1,000.
Come on.
3 NHL, 5 NBA, 4 UFC. Batista. Oops, something popped up on my screen there. Batista, Farid, Kyoji, and Mikal came through for me. Yeah, those were all good picks.
What do you got?
NHL sprinkled in there, NBA. That's awesome, man.
What do you have tonight? Any good plays? Any good parlays? Let us know.
Yeah, let us know what you got. We always, even if it's counter to our predictions, we always end up cheering for you guys if you have a big parlay. I think somebody had a big one running last week.
And the main event is going to be one of those fights that ruins a lot of parlays because we really don't know what's going to happen.
That was the one we were different. We picked different outcomes on. Yeah, I think you still sticking with Sean.
Yeah, I think so. Sean's very, very good, and he knows how to control the pace. I think it comes down to pace, and I think he's going to be able to. Oh, we just saw a drop down leg.
Did he just pull guard for a leg lock attempt?
Yeah, from behind. He had the back, full body lock from the back, and then drops down to try to get some sort of a leg entanglement.
Man, this Chitty guy is big for welterweight.
For welterweight? Are you kidding?
This looks like 2 different weight classes, man.
It looks like Jose Aldo versus Uriah Hall.
Yeah, seriously. But he's really good with the kicks. You know, his head, I'd like to see his head move a little bit from side to side. A couple of times Leal's found a really nice straight right. But aside from that, I mean, if he can clean the hands up a little bit, this guy will be a problem.
For sure.
He's got a nice comment.
But let's see here. I'm trying to keep up with the comments on my phone here.
Yo.
I never made it a fight companion, but I wanted to say I watch every single video you guys post and really rock with the content. Much love, for real. Thank you so much, my friend.
Go.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Who is that? Devin, thank you so much. We really appreciate it. Thank you guys for watching our content. We're trying to do more of these lives. We were saying right when we started the stream is that the live stream is really not something we dabbled with until this year. And we're trying to be as consistent as we can to go live for every fight card, just because it's the one opportunity we get. Like Nick and I always jump in every time we drop a video and try to respond to as many comments as we possibly can. And we have that great back and forth with the people that comment on our videos, but there's nothing like a live chat where we can read it in real time and talk on camera. So we've been really enjoying these. Hopefully they'll pick up a little bit. We had I think over 100 people last time in total from all the platforms at once. That was like the peak that we reached.
So y'all help us break that record.
Yeah.
We got a great card right now and we're setting up for some more big cards to come. But yeah, we really appreciate you guys tuning in. And just so y'all know, we're about 35 seconds in to the third and final round of the last prelim, Leal versus Njokuani.
That was a beautiful kick that just snuck over the head of Leal there. He's, you know, this Chitty guy Leal's throwing some hands, but Chitty is so much taller that he can throw a head kick almost seemingly with ease, but he's got some good flexibility too. Yeah.
Well, and you know, Leal is really getting in there and putting some hands on his face. You know, it's hard to do that, but he's able to use this pace. Now, if he would go to the body a little bit, he could really start to break the big man down.
He's kind of headhunting a little bit.
He's headhunting because he's having success, and I get that. When you're landing on the face, you want to keep doing it. But 1 or 2 shots really does mess up their guard, and then it zaps the gas tank. Because oftentimes when you're mouth breathing and stuff, your core's not tight. You wind up letting one of those shots go through on your body's nice and loose, your torso. Man, it's trouble.
Yeah, Leal with a good 3-punch combination there.
Yeah. Nice return. Too,
this is a good
Chitty.
fight. This is a really good fight.
Well, and on this card, it's been fun for sure. There's been some good fights, but these guys are for sure putting on the fight of the night so far.
Yeah, absolutely.
Houston is known for its fighting culture too. So
there'll be some fights in the stands too.
Yeah, the main event really does sort of epitomize what to expect, because H-Town swinging and banging is real. And I know Sean Strickland. Hey, by the way, I love what he said yesterday at the ceremonials.
Yeah.
He said, Fluffy is y'all's guy because, he's a Mexican-American
guy, yeah.
And he is just going to try to wrestle me. I'm more like a Mexican fighter. I'm going to stand and
bang, yeah.
I like that because you might have just roped Fluffy Hernandez into standing and trading with him.
But I think that's what he's trying to do, because that's the best opportunity that Sean has to win this fight, is to keep this on the feet. But and I don't think that's breaking any news, but the thing that's really interesting to me is that Sean's never been submitted, and he's not really one to get taken down and held down. I mean, when you think about how Sean loses, it's really by decision, unless he's fighting like an Alex Pereira. But Fluffy doesn't have that kind of power, so that's not a concern. I really think that Fluffy's path to victory is decision, and if Sean can keep it on the feet, at least, even if he concedes 2 of the 3 rounds and loses them, fighting off of his back, I don't think he's going to get finished. If he can just eke out 3 rounds on the feet, he can win this fight
for sure.
Oh, wow.
Close, but no cigar. Chitty almost just head kicked him while he was down.
He did, and then Leo called it off. The ref was about to stop in and give Leo a break there, but I think Leo's kind of feeling this moment. He's aggressing. The output out of Chitty has gone down just a little bit.
Dude, Leo kind of reminds me of Khalil Roundtree. He's just down. He's just game to go. He's looking to do damage every time he throws, and he's willing to stay in the pocket and eat some big shots.
That was a beautifully timed low kick by Chitty there, but still he's eating shots to the face. I mean, I definitely give this round to Leo.
Yeah.
It's a close fight, but
so far I think Chitty won round 1 clear, and Leo has won rounds 2 and 3 pretty clear. This round is closer than round 2, but I do think that Leo's doing more right now. Y'all let us know in the comments. You think Leo is winning this fight, or is Chitty Bang Bang winning this one?
Chitty Bang Bang might be my favorite new fight name.
Oh yeah, it's pretty awesome, especially because
what a reference! What a great reference!
If he starts walking out,
that's Dick Van Dyke, right?
Oh yeah,
Dick, that's legendary. That's OG stuff there.
He could start walking out to the old bamboo.
Let me see.
Too slurred.
Let me see here. Let me hop in the comments real quick.
Yeah, imagine if you named your kid Dick Van Dyke in today's
Joey's got one that's open. It's risky because he has Euros Medic. I'll be sweating that one for sure.
Yeah,
Joey, I picked Euros Medic in my video that I did, and a lot of people are calling me crazy, but I mean, Jeff Neal, it's been a rough couple of years for him, right? And that last knockout was brutal. And I get it. Euros is not Carlos Prates, but that fight wasn't all that long ago. We could see a little bit of a compromised Jeff Neal, and Medic if he wins by knockout. So I actually like Medic in that one as well. Let's see. Chitty is showing heart in this fight. There have been times when he just folded. Yeah, this is a good fight for him. He really he ate some big shots in this one for sure.
That was a great fight. Best fight of the night so far, in my opinion.
I think so too. T. Russell, what do you guys think about cardio and how useful it is, but how little most fighters train? I think it's a massive, massive thing. I mean, if you have no wind, then you can't fight.
Yeah. Well, and I'll just say too, because my opinion on cardio is you have to train for the type of cardio that you plan on performing with. And that's why, I never understood why the Diaz brothers ran marathons and swam to Alcatraz. Of course, it's great for your cardiovascular shape and endurance as a whole, but what you need in a fight is totally different. You need almost that Tabata style 20-second on, 10-second off for a 30-minute duration where you're actually sprinting as much as you can in those 20 seconds on. And the other thing that's more important than all of it is you need 25 minutes if you're simulating for a 5-round fight. 3 rounds, you need 15 minutes of constant reaction that you're not in control of.
Right.
Because when you're hitting a bag, usually you're determining what's happening. When somebody's holding mitts, usually they're saying things. That's why you have to spar, because the other person's not going to tell you what you're doing.
Right.
And the reaction is what actually causes you to burn more calories. It's the mental sweat. in addition to the physical sweat that you end up burning. And I think that if you aren't familiar with being and not comfortable flinching and fainting for 15 straight minutes, you're going to get tired in a fight. So I think the guys who are training like that and really working these different systems of cardio are the ones that are going to have the advantage in the future.
For sure. That real quick, just to this decision, I did hear Bruce Buffer say 130-27. That is wild.
That's wild. It's incorrect, but they got the right winner.
They did get Leo right, but
we've had a bunch of fights this year that had the wrong winners. So I'm happy to see the right guy got his hand raised. But Chitty looked good.
Yes,
I don't think he's in any danger. You know, I'd like to see him. Who would you like to see him fight?
Off the top of my head, I don't know. I mean, it's crazy, but like a Wonderboy Thompson with the way they both kick.
Yeah,
you know, that'd be kind of crazy.
Or Ramiz Brahimaj, he just fought and lost tonight. So it could be both at welterweight. It might make some sense. Winners fight winners, losers fight losers, and they're on the same schedule. Yeah.
And you know, back to the cardio thing, I love that Tabata style as well, that 20 seconds off, 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off. Because if you think about a fight, you know, you're really, it's a series of bursts. You're going to have, you know, 10, 15, 20 seconds where you're giving output and then you're kind of resetting and circling and then boom, boom, boom again. Just think about how Max Holloway fights, right? Like when you think about the perfect cardio for MMA, Max to me is one of the ones that comes to mind.
Right.
He's going to stand, he's going to throw a several strike combination, he's going to reset and he's going to do that again. And he's going to do that over and over and over again for 25 minutes. So if you want to simulate that, you need to spar. Like you said, 100% you have to spar, but you can't spar every single day. If you want to simulate that on a, you know, just from a pure cardio standpoint, I love the fan bike. Get on that fan bike for, you know, 3 rounds of 5 minutes or 5 rounds of 5 minutes, depending on how long your fight is, and go 20-10, 20-10 for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Take a minute rest and do that and rinse and repeat. That to me, like, will build the proper type of cardio for MMA.
Yeah, my least favorite exercise equipment is the assault bike.
Yeah, that's
and the worst type of cardio I've ever done was 30 straight minutes of 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off.
Yeah.
And I literally did it because I wanted to see how long I could go. And you know, you do the first 3 minutes, you're like, all right, I should probably get out of here.
30 minutes is super impressive.
Oh, it was ridiculous. And I was freezing cold too, but I'm sweating, but also freezing because there's nothing covering that fan.
So the air is just blowing on you.
You know that feeling when the inside of your mouth gets cold, like from running out in the cold?
Yeah.
I was getting that, and I was like, this is ridiculous.
All righty. So now we got the main card. We're about 20 plus minutes behind, but
and if I can personalize it even too a little bit, just because if you guys notice, I don't know if anybody else wears the Whoop, but I've been wearing the Whoop for years and tracking the sleep, tracking all the workouts. One thing that I've noticed is my resting heart rate has always been pretty good.
Yeah.
When I was sleeping, it was getting down to like 46 at night.
That's really good.
Dude, I have pulled back dramatically the running because I always ran like 2 to 4 miles, 5 or 6 days a week. So I was just getting the road work in, and my heart rate was there, and it got me to there. Once I pulled back from doing that and just started more working out, still doing cardio, still MMA training.
Yeah.
My heart rate now is going to like 38 when I'm asleep at night.
Wow. Okay.
And so all you got to do is tell me to get a lower heart rate, I have to stop running, say less.
Yeah. And so you're just doing what, like high intensity stuff plus the MMA training?
Yeah. So MMA training, and that's usually where you get the cardiovascular and all those heart rate zones you want.
Yeah.
And then like one day a week is like power, more strength building.
Yeah.
One day a week, I'm like constantly supersetting everything. So it's like 2 to 4 workouts all back to back to back. That's really good for grip strength, you know, holding a constant weight the whole time. And then it keeps your heart going.
Sure.
So you don't have to lift as heavy in those moments, in those sets, but you have to get good form and just keep the blood flowing. So I'm trying to mix it up and get as many different styles in as I can. And to be honest, I feel as good as I've ever felt, and my heart rate and all my stats are proving it's working.
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you think about these UFC outfits, y'all? Okay, so if I'm fighting in the UFC, I'm hoping that they give me the white and black one and not the purple and red one.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of the purple and red, but to be honest, the white and black camo thing is a little bit much.
Yeah, a little bit. That may have to grow on me. Joey said the Roundtree comparison was on point. Yeah, that was a
go.
good one that you pulled out there.
Yeah, I mean, he's
short,
like a
stocky, standing there and trading.
Yeah. Him versus Jeff Neal.
Leal versus Neal. I
Leal,
like it.
Leal versus Neal. I mean, they're on the same schedule. That could be a fight to look at if Jeff Neal wins this.
Yeah,
one.
if Jeff, well, I think Jeff's a little bit further up the queue if he wins, especially if he wins this.
Maybe
one.
if he loses this one.
Yeah. We got Anik, Felder, and Bisping.
Bisping looking thick after trying that knockout Cuban pizza that Yachty brought him.
Did he eat it? Yeah.
And
shout out to Yachty. He unfortunately did not get the dub tonight, but
dude, Jordan Levitt must he must be so strong.
Yeah, because I know how strong Yachty is. And yeah, Levitt came down too as his featherweight debut. So
you always wonder if that's a good move for guys. A lot of people end up looking better when they go up, but Jordan might be
he never looked filled out for me at 55, Jordan Levitt. So Joey wants to know most iconic fight shorts. I'm going Spider Silva yellow shorts. Yeah, the Connor dethrone shorts back in the day.
Yeah, those were badass. Well, it's
the Iceman Chuck Liddell to go even further back. It's hard to beat the Iceman shorts.
Yeah,
you know
that's about as cool. That's legendary. You know, it sucks because for a long time it looked like NASCAR, and then for a long time it just looked like Reebok, and those kind of fell flat.
Yeah,
I'm not angry with the Venom ones, and I'm not even angry at the specialty ones. I really like Ilia Toporia's. If we're talking about the modern era, I like Pereira's. I like Toporia's. I wish they would have done Max Holloway's a little different. I think they could have gone cooler than the flowers.
Yeah, they could have made it more like that, like dark Polynesian with some fire or something like that.
Wood grain and black, and make it really look like that.
That's a great question, Joey.
Let me think.
Keep those questions like that coming. That's the stuff I would never even think to talk about.
Yeah,
but,
somebody else had a great pair. Hamzat's Wolves. They were looking.
Yeah, the Wolf is good. Dustin's were cool.
Yeah, Dustin,
I like Ilias a lot. Ilias are good.
Yeah, with
Marabs are cool. Marabs look a little bit different.
Yeah, they're kind of simple, but they look cool.
Yeah. Yeah, the Volkanovski.
Oh yeah.
I don't hate the purple shorts either. Like the ones Ian Gary wears.
Does he wear purple?
Yeah, he wears purple.
I'm colorblind, guys. So
in case y'all didn't know, Nick has a hard time seeing any shades of red and green. So I guess purple would be on that red spectrum.
Yeah, drop some love in the chat if you guys are colorblind as well.
So one thing interesting I just saw here is that they had the middleweight rankings, because obviously tonight's main event is a middleweight fight.
Mm-hmm.
But I was looking yesterday on Kalshi, and Yuri Prohaska was, basically you can, stake on who you think is going to have a certain outcome, right? And the question was, who is the champion of 205 at the end of 2026? And a lot of people are assuming that Alex Pereira is going to move up.
Mm-hmm.
So Yuri Prohaska was like the one most likely, as one most people were choosing. However, I just checked it today, and I was looking here on the screen. Now Khamzat Chimaev is the number one pick for highest percentage to be the 205 champion at the end of the year, and he's not the highest pick at 185 anymore. So I think it's fluffy right now.
Really?
So that tells me that
some news
there has. Well, there has. I saw something on Instagram today, and the thing about Kalshi and these other platforms is it's really kind of a reflection of what the market thinks. It's like a market sentiment, but there's some equity behind it. You're putting some skin in the game. And so, what's really interesting to me is that the market thinks that Khamzat's going to 205 based on what I'm seeing.
Where there's smoke, there's usually fire.
Yeah.
But, I do feel like there's unfinished business at 185. So I'm eager to see what happens. And I'm going to keep an eye on that one, because Yuri Prohaska, whether he has to fight Khamzat or not, has a good chance of getting that belt again.
Yeah.
And if he doesn't have to fight Khamzat and he doesn't have to fight Pereira, I mean, he is for sure a shoe-in, because Olberg is great, no doubt. But if they made Yuri and Olberg right now, my prediction is Yuri wins that fight.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but then
I think
again,
so too,
it's a big division. They move a bit slower, so they might not fight again. until after that.
Yeah.
You know, for the rest of this year.
For sure. Oldberg's camp's getting a little bit of press this week, aren't they?
Yeah, Dan the Hangman Hooker. It seems
Dan Hooker, he's having a week.
It seems he has the ability to have things roll off of his back like
nobody else.
Conor McGregor.
Yeah.
Conor McGregor can put his favorite dumbbell workout out online and he'll fire it off to people on random in the DMs. And Dan Hooker is doing the same thing. He's like, his first tweet when all the stuff went viral, he's like, wait a second, I'm gay now.
Yeah. He's like, I've been gone for a day. What did I miss?
And you know, to each their own. He's got his own life he's got to live. But even like his father-in-law is like calling him out. I think he might wind up being on that Dan Hooker dad fights minute-long
Maybe that's what he's pining for. Listen, here's the thing. I don't care if
that would be marketing genius.
That would, maybe this whole thing was a ploy to get Dan to fight his father-in-law.
Foil my entire family just for a 1 minute
just for the clicks. You know, here's my stance on it. I don't care if Dan's gay. But here is like the bigger picture, because like I'm married, right? I have kids.
Right.
How I know how much time I have on my hands,
right?
So I'm not a professional fighter.
No.
How in the hell does this guy have time to be married with 2 kids, have a girlfriend who's a stripper, on top of that, be dating dudes, and oh, by the way, maintain the type of schedule that allows him to be a professional athlete
and a top contender?
Like, I just want to talk to the guy about his time management skills. I don't care what he does extracurricularly.
And he's running the minute-long scraps.
Yeah.
Like it's doing pretty well on YouTube from what I understand. He's also got the time to sit for about 60 hours worth of tattoos in the past year. So yeah, he is definitely very efficient with his time.
He's expert level time management, I'll tell you, if any of that's true.
Yeah.
So just a couple of let me look at my phone here. I'm trying not to pick my phone up too much, but I want to make sure I
do we have to
stay up on the chat.
And do we have to do anything on the TV to get it?
David, thank you so much. He said you guys do a great show. Good to see you live streaming. Thank you very much. Thank you for watching. We appreciate you. Johnny says, are you too tired of champions moving divisions? To some extent, yeah, but I mean, I think there's certain times where it makes sense. Like to me, Islam Makhachev moving to 170, I was actually in favor of that when a lot of people weren't. I'm not in favor of Ilya moving up right away. I think there needs to be some fights in between. So I think it just depends on case by case, but I would say in general, yes, probably.
It truly does totally depend on the landscape of the division, right? Because Ilya, I'd like to see him do one more. But if Islam wins one more and Ilya wins one more, you got to just go ahead and do it, because you're running the risk of one of them losing, and then that fight's gone. And I really do think of all fights that the UFC can make, the casual fans and the hardcore fans would most want to see Islam versus Ilya, just to see the highest level of MMA that has ever probably happened, right?
Yeah.
I mean, if that fight were to take place, and like you said, if it takes place at 170, Islam's the favorite. If it takes place at 155, Ilya is the favorite. But we can go ahead and assume that Ilya is willing to take that risk to be the first triple champion. And he's willing to go up. And I don't think they would try to bring Islam back down.
But does Pereira grab that triple champ? I think that's the thing, that the two of them
racing
are both. That's why they both want to move so quick. Because once somebody does it, then it's not. I mean, think about when Conor became double champ, everybody was like, "Oh my God!" Now it's like we get pissed off if somebody wants to move a division to become a double champ. Isn't
it weird? He was the first one, and then like there's been 11 since then.
That is so crazy.
It's so crazy that it actually happens.
Johnny says Hamzat wants to go to a division without many grapplers. Yeah, sorry guys, we're having some technical difficulties with the TV here. I think we need to switch over. But yeah, Hamzat wants to go to a division without many grapplers. Yeah, that is true. There's definitely not as many grapplers at 205, but there's some heavy hitters. Boy, Yuri Prohaska versus Hamzat, to me, that's a banger.
And while I don't disagree, I have to just say on that, I don't know why Hamzat would be afraid to be in a division with decent grapplers. And I think he'd really only have to worry about Fluffy and Bo Nickel in a few years, maybe.
But Bo's got a lot to prove.
He got a lot to prove still. And, the difference and the reason I would move up if I was him is he clearly will have a massive speed advantage at 205 because he already has a massive speed advantage at 185.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, he had a speed advantage at 170.
Exactly.
So I really do think that Hamzat's speed is what will likely win him titles in divisions above 185.
Yeah. And then Johnny says Dan Hooker should sue the lady for defamation. Like, if that's not true, 100%.
Yeah. Oh, so by the way, we got Zach Reese coming out.
Got Mattress Mac.
Mattress Mac's in the. Oh yeah, there he is.
Look at Mac in the building.
Shout out Mattress Mac. I'm glad the UFC put him in the front row.
Yeah.
So this guy Zachary Reese, he's from Johnson City, Texas, but yeah, not Tennessee.
I was just about to say
you're about to
singing. Yeah,
sing Wagon Wheel. No, so he lives in Houston now. Trains out of war. This fight should be good. No, I've never met him. No, but good fighter.
Yeah,
he's got the Muay Thai tattoo, the Thai traditional stuff on his back. So this should be a fun fight because Michel Pereira has never been in a boring fight.
Yeah,
so maybe some unorthodox fights. Sometimes plain weird fights.
Michel's going to be a wild card, and he's trained a lot with Strickland for this fight. So I think this is going to be an interesting one.
Yeah, I'm really excited. Is this at 170?
Yeah,
these guys are so big.
So big.
You know these guys both walk. Look at how big they are.
Oh no, I'm sorry, 85.
Okay,
85.
I was gonna say because I knew Pereira
used to fight at 70. Yeah, he's getting a little older now. He needs to be at 85. I'm gonna just hop into a few. Once someone becomes triple champion, then becoming quadruple champion will be the goal. Yeah, yeah. I mean, eventually you're gonna have Josh Van try to work his way up to heavyweight or something like that. But,
wouldn't that be crazy? The only
it can only get more and more ridiculous as it goes on. But
as crazy as it sounds, there's truly only two people that could really feasibly get 3 belts right now, and it's Ilya and Alex.
Yeah,
because if you told me Islam, who had 1 belt and then now has the 2nd belt, had to go fight Khamzat, I really don't know how that fight would look, but I have a feeling if it took place at 185, Khamzat would likely have the advantage.
If you just think about it, right, starting from the bottom, Josh Van would get worked over by Peter Yan.
Right.
I don't think Peter Yan could beat Volk.
That's still the fight.
That's a good fight. That's actually a really good fight.
We've been talking about that one for months. So guys, whenever you see one day that fight get made, make sure you let them know you heard it here first. Yan versus Volk is the fight.
That is a good fight. But then Volk, he can't beat Ilya. We've already seen that.
Correct.
So then that leaves Ilya, who's got the possibility.
He can do it.
Islam, depending on who, if Khamzat leaves 85, that makes things really interesting.
Right.
Because then Islam could be a sleeper for 85 champ. Right. But I think Islam, I just think 170 is so hot right now. I think the tail end of Islam's career is better suited just cleaning up 70 if he can. I mean, he might not be able to.
And make no mistake about it, if Khamzat was still able to make 170, I would put him in the only category of a guy that could win potentially 4 belts. Yeah. But he's never going to get to 70 again. As a matter of fact, I think his days of 185 are numbered. I think he does fight it. Yeah. At 185 a couple more times, even if it's not immediately.
Yeah.
But he is looking at being the light heavyweight and heavyweight champion, I believe.
All right, guys, here we go. Is that Trey the Truth back there?
It could be.
All right, glove touch. And if you want to lock in with us, we're starting the clock right now.
If so, they've got Houston royalty taken care of with Trey the Truth, and then, of course, Mattress Mac.
Ooh, good body kick straight out of the gate for Michel Pereira.
Looks to have rocked Zach Reese right at the very beginning.
Reese out of the southpaw. Pereira orthodox. Ooh, beautiful. Well timed straight too by Pereira.
Hey, and by the way, I like that question about the shorts. Let me know now that I'm thinking about legendary shorts, legendary songs. Obviously, the Foggy Dew sits at the top of most people's list, but The Champ Is Here is great.
I like Toporia's song. I like the Canción de Mariachi.
Yeah, that one's good.
Knockdown here by Pereira.
Anderson Silva's DMX, Ain't No Sunshine.
Yeah, that's a great
epic
rendition of Ain't No Sunshine.
Wonderboy Thompson walks out to like a Tenacious D song. Has even had Tenacious D corner him before.
All right, let's see here. So Reese is back up. Reese switched stances there. He didn't like that body kick. He switched stances just briefly to orthodox. Now he's back in the southpaw throwing some body kicks of his own.
Yeah, looks like he's a little nervous or gun shy right now, but he's kind of finding his rhythm.
Yeah. Pereira, he's timed a really nice sort of overhand right when Reese kicks. He's landed it a couple of times. Now, one of the times is what knocked him down.
Yeah. And he's so hard to plan for, right? Even if you were to find some guy who's a capoeira expert and knows how to kick and move really well and can do backflips and front flips, it's still different than what Pereira does because he's always coming up with different stuff. and different ways to attack. You don't know if he's going to jump off the octagon wall or if he's going to front flip, like, the Justin Gaethje kick. The Rolling Thunder. That's what it's called. Rolling Thunder.
Yeah, Pereira's he just see that, you see that overhand there in the bottom.
Beautiful touch.
Really nice timing. But the okay, we got a nut shot there for Pereira, or he got kicked in the nuts rather. By the way, really quick on this break, shout out to Diamond MMA.
Nut shot brought to you by Diamond MMA. Yeah.
Great. It's a company that we just had a great conversation with them about coming on as a sponsor this past week. And it's awesome because we try to not clutter this show up with like sponsorships. It's just, that's not the best product that we can put out there, but this like actually a company that we've spent hundreds of dollars buying their product. It's the best athletic cup in the game. If you guys train at all, you definitely want to protect the boys. Get a Diamond MMA cup.
It's the only thing I'll use to protect my family jewels. And you got to know, if I'm wearing one every day for the last 7 years, it's got to be comfortable and it fits just right. So yeah, definitely get yourself some. They got cool merch too. The shirts are pretty nice, super high quality. Great guys, great business, and not just MMA fighters. If you're into other sports, whether it's hockey, football, anything where you got to protect yourself at all times, make sure you're checking out Diamond MMA.
Yeah. So some of the songs, Joey, he likes "Ain't No Sunshine." That one is tough.
We got a fellow Silva fan, like he said, the pants, and 100%. The first UFC I ever went to, 21st birthday, the family took me to Nick Diaz versus Anderson Silva. Iconically, when Nick Diaz laid on the canvas to wait around for him. That was one of those famous Diaz brothers moments. But yeah, when you see Silva walking out, when you hear that song, it's just a different thing. He'll always be on my Mount Rushmore. And just an all-time GOAT.
Yeah, absolute GOAT. Yeah. Let's see here. I don't care for the song on its own, but Uriah Faber's "California Love" walkout was awesome. Yeah, that was cool. Yeah. Tupac.
Tupac is zesty as hell, but he wrote a good song.
"Headstrong" by Trap to be a great walkout song. Israel Adesanya walked out to that. He's never used it. I think he's only used it that one time. Nick and I were, because Nick used to play hockey growing up. That was a big before the hockey game song back in the day. Because I think Trapped is Canadian, right?
Yes, Canadian. Yep.
And so Nick was like, "Oh my God, he's walking out the Headstrong." But we've always said that exact same thing.
And he also, it was like on a week's notice. He was just like, I heard the song on like a playlist, and he had known the song, but he hadn't listened to it in years. He was like, "Oh, this song is just perfect for this." Yeah. And that was awesome.
I don't know that was a nut shot, to be honest with you.
No, it didn't really.
That looked like it was just a good digging body kick.
I mean, if these type of nut shots are hurting, you have to assume he's not wearing a Diamond MMA cup.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they need to get this thing going. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but that didn't seem like a nut shot to me. Let's
looks like it hit the UFC logo at the top of his pants.
Let's see here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's not a nut shot.
No,
that's just a good lower abdomen kick there.
Yeah, unless he's got his thing.
Pereira bought himself a free minute there because that shouldn't have been stopped.
Yeah, he looked a little tired. Unless he had his thing tucked. I mean, it's likely it didn't touch anything.
I love Headstrong. Yeah, me too, man. That's a great song. That song will fire you up. You know,
hey, there's another song. If you're talking about Canadian rock bands like that, maybe people will call them cheesy in this day and age, but back in the early 2000s, they were hot. It was called 1,000-Foot Crutch. The name of the band song was called Rock Fist. It was a great song. It was one of those just bangers, 2.5, 3 minute long songs that's rock and roll, keeps going.
And but Nickelback too. You can't forget about Nickelback.
I like Nickelback, and they don't deserve all the hate that they get. I'll stand
There's
on
Nick's
that.
hot take for the UFC Houston live stream. Nickelback is underrated.
And you know what? When they come to Houston and play the rodeo, everybody that goes there knows every word to every song.
And then they pretend like they don't.
And pretend like they hate them.
All right, so we got back to the fights now. We got Zach Reese on his back, butterfly guard. Michel Pereira looking to create some distance and land some strikes here.
This looks like the start of a jiu-jitsu round.
Yeah, it really does, yeah.
All right, guys. Fist bump and get on your knees.
All right, so we got a half guard situation here. Ooh. Pereira looking for a guillotine there, back to the feet.
That's where we find jiu-jitsu moves so useful, right? Threaten a quick submission
and get the fight
and
back
then
to
just
the feet,
immediately start throwing strikes, make them think at multiple. Oh, what a
Pereira
shot.
is that Reese has got a chin on him because Pereira has timed that really well a few times.
Yeah, I mean, that was as clean of a shot.
And he catches
ran
him
into
coming
it.
in every time. That's what makes it even worse.
Reese is getting very predictable with how he enters. He's coming in and he's got that his power hand kind of loaded up. And then it tends to get low right as he comes in. You see that backhand is getting super low.
All right. So good first round. Let me know in the comments who do you give that round to? Definitely Pereira for me. I think he certainly landed the bigger shots, had the knockdowns. Clear 10-9 for Michel Pereira for me.
Yeah. You know, I would say the same. It's a close round. Who knows? But it feels like the judges are on point tonight. So, yeah, probably Pereira. Reese looks like he's getting a little bit more comfortable, though, finding his mark. I'm going to run to the bathroom real quick, boys.
Johnny says, what do you think of Run Nation Sports? I don't know who that is, actually. We'll have to wait till Nick comes back.
With their heads, too, by Patty.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
Well, we got
All right.
Matthew Barnhill on Facebook wrote, who are we taking on this one?
Okay. I think Michel Pereira. Michel Pereira is my pick. Yeah, I think he's got this one. Definitely won the first round. There's a little clip of Fluffy getting taped up there. Can we put a poll up in the chat?
I cannot.
Okay.
I can stay on the StreamYard.
Let's see here. All right. So round 2 starting now. All right. Reese coming back out in the southpaw. Pereira and the orthodox as well. Reese switched briefly to the orthodox last round. I don't think he liked a couple of those body kicks and those overhands. Right to action here in the second round. Big knees for Michel Pereira. Reese thought about the stance switch there for a second. So Reese coming on a little bit, trying to get a little bit more aggressive. Switches to the orthodox stance there. Leg kick. Let's see here. This is interesting. Working the clinch now. We've got Pereira with Reese up against the cage. And back to southpaw for Zach Reese. I think even though he's getting hit with some body shots, I think the southpaw is his best option, an opportunity to make some waves in this fight. He doesn't seem to be as comfortable. Big knee there up the middle by Pereira that bloodied the nose of Zach Reese. Did we get an eye poke there?
Oh, man.
Oh, boy. Here we go with the eye pokes.
How was the first minute?
Yeah, wild. A lot of exchanges. Do you know, Nick, by the way, who Run Nation Sports is? I don't know who that is.
Are they commenting?
No, it's Johnny was asking, what do you think of Run Nation Sports? I assume it's a
band?
A band or a song. Yeah.
I don't know it. Run Nation Sports. It sounds like a good media company.
Yeah, it does actually.
But no, I'd have to hear it, or I'd have to hear a song name.
But yeah, it was they got right after it. Reese came back out in the southpaw. Pereira landed a couple big shots, some big knees out of the clinch. Now we just got a timeout for an eye poke. It'd be a shame. I don't think Pereira's calling it though. He's ready to roll.
He looks all right.
Just under 45 seconds, and Pereira looks like he's ready to get back in there. He had the steam. He had the momentum. He landed a big knee up the middle that I think shattered the nose of Zach Reese.
Yeah.
Or at least it bloodied it for sure. Let's see. Michel Pereira's ready to go. Says he doesn't need the doctor. But let's see. That wasn't, well, yeah, not too bad. That one didn't look like it got super deep there.
It wasn't like Aspinall.
Yeah, I can't see. Poor Tom Aspinall, man. I literally saw somebody on Instagram the other day that was like, "Oh, he's faking. He like all this. He's drawing it out. He's being dramatic." I'm like, you think the guy's having eye surgery, like multiple eye surgeries? If he is faking it, man, he's sticking to his guns. I give him credit for that.
Yeah,
that was.
Run Nation Sports is the thing where the two guys run at each other.
Oh, Run Nation Sports is an Australian sport where two guys run into each other.
Yes, we call.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so we call that the Oklahoma drill in football, in American football, where you carry the ball and it's just you and another guy, and you got to see. I think that is so dangerous. And half the time you see it, both guys end up unconscious. So I remember that was my least favorite drill we used to do in football, in high school football. That was horrible, especially if you were a freshman or sophomore. You're on the junior varsity team, and you go up against the seniors. Oh, I remember that. Brutal. But I don't know. I mean, obviously people are into pure violence. Power slap, if it's got its market and its fan base, for sure this can have a big fan base because it comes from football, at least on our side of the pond. Yeah. And it does require some skill, some tactics, some strategy.
Yeah.
And so I've watched it. I've seen
clips of that. I've never watched a full length event of it or whatever. But it's kind of, I mean, it's definitely brutal. That's for sure.
Absolutely.
This fight is getting wild here. Zach Reese is leaking out.
I like it more than power slap for sure.
I just power slap is never going to win me over.
Yeah.
But here we go. So we've got Zach Reese coming on a little bit. I'm still leaning in favor of Pereira in this round. I think he's done more damage. I think that's visible on the face of Reese. Reese is out of a very wide stance right now. Pereira's landed a nice check hook a couple of times. He just landed it again.
Yeah, very wide stance and also heavy in the lead leg. Yeah. I don't know why Pereira's not putting some kicks on that lead leg because he's anchored down on it. He could not check it or lift it at all if he wanted to try to defend it.
Yeah, Reese needs to do something more than he's doing. There's got to be more output because they're throwing about the same volume, but Pereira's definitely doing more damage and scoring more big shots and more knockdowns.
You know who I think whoever wins this fight, maybe they should fight Share a Bullet.
That'd be a fight
because it'll be a stand-up fight.
I think Share would be too much for either one of these guys, though. To be honest,
for sure, but they want Share to win.
Yeah. But yeah, Zach Reese is. I think he needs to do a little bit more than he's doing. He's kind of looking and winding up for a big shot, but it's even just sitting here watching, it's a bit telegraphed. So, I'm no Michel Pereira. I'm sure he sees these coming, and this is why he's been able to time these straights and these overhands so well. Interesting statistic: Reese has scored more significant strikes every round, and this is one of those ones where the stats just don't. They just put him up there on the bottom of the screen, but this is one of those ones where the stats don't tell the story because Michel's winning this fight.
Yeah, go back to that Cheeto Vera versus
God, was it Rob Font? Yeah, I think it was Cheeto Vera versus Rob Font. Yeah.
Great example of that, where he was doubling the amount of volume, but still lost that fight, I think by finish.
Johnny said, you two can be coaches, color commentators, and judges. Thank you, my friend. Nick actually does do a little bit of coaching. He trains with a lot of the fighters that are out of the Houston area. I train, but it's just more casually. Like I said, I'm a family guy. I've got a wife and kids, but it's something that's a passion of mine. If I could ever get into it and do some training, I would love to.
Yeah,
the commentating I love. I mean, we've just had so much fun with this channel and so much fun. Making these videos that it's a blessing, really.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's so fun to be, involved in the sport in many different ways. And we're lucky because we wound up moving to a fight city. And then, you just get embedded into the community through gyms and connections. And so I get to have a very fun angle where I'm hands-on in a lot of ways on the mats with a lot of fighters and helping out any way I can, whether it's boxers getting ready for world title fights, MMA fighters getting ready for big high profile fights, whatever it is. So it's a lot of fun, both outside of the ring, outside of the cage, and of course inside.
Yeah, for sure.
When you're fine tuning the every little detail.
So going into the third round here, I've got Pereira up 2-0. How about you?
Well, yes, the odds. I mean, not the odds. The stats show me something that make me a little bit concerned, think it could be mixed up a little bit, but at the same time he's doing more damage. So when you're 4 or 5 strikes away from each other, it's not that big of a difference. And when one's doing significantly more damage, you have to assume that the judges are seeing that. But Zach Reese is throwing big stuff. He is a Houston fighter, so every time he does something, the crowd is reacting.
Yeah,
which may play a slight role into the judges' mindset.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think, like you said, when it's 4, 5, 6 strikes difference, and one guy scored a knockdown and bloodied the nose of the other one, I think that's going to offset the just pure strike count. The second round was a little bit more pronounced for Reese, so I could see them, maybe scoring that round for Reese. But to me, I do have it 2-2 Michel Pereira.
Yeah. 2-0.
So, 2-0, yeah. 2 up, 2 down is what I was thinking. So a little bit slower pace to start this third round. They came out guns a-blazing in the beginning of the first minute of the second round. This is a very different story. Reese back into the southpaw again.
Did you happen to see in TKO Promotions holding business and all their news, Conor Benn was signed to Zuffa Boxing?
I did see that.
So
for an 8-figure deal, I saw.
Yeah, and so my question is, how long is it going to be until the UFC fighters start to make a little bit of noise about the contracts that are about to get handed over to him?
Immediately.
The likes of Usyk. Right. We might hear from Sean Strickland tonight about that in particularly.
Well, and in fairness, I mean, I would be doing the same thing if I was them, right?
Yeah.
These Conor Benn is not as big of a name as a Sean O'Malley as far as name recognition is concerned. And Sean was just the first person that popped into my mind because I'm trying to think of, okay, who's somebody who's like good, but not, at the top of the top of the top. And
here you go. Patty the Baddies from the same neck of the woods.
Well, there you go.
Who's a bigger star?
And Patty's not making 8 figures to fight. Now, Patty makes 8 figures, but it's because he's got a big presence outside of the, his paychecks are not
yet. Yeah. I think he's getting there, but he's certainly not there yet. But it is kind of crazy. And I think people will get pretty angry. Also, this tells you that Zuffa Boxing plans on moving into arenas very soon because you aren't going to pay a guy that kind of money and then have him fight in the Meta Apex.
Well, that was the first thing that popped in my mind was that, okay, they're not doing this exclusively in the Apex.
No.
Not for long.
Not much longer. And Eddie Hearn too, he feels like he was just, abandoned. He's been helping Conor Benn all this time. And, for the most part, his stable of fighters have been at the top of the boxing for years now.
Yeah.
So they are sort of moving into the retirement in the later phase of their career. Conor Benn is that young primed fighter that he thought he had for sure locked in. Dana White comes in and just totally flips boxing on its head.
Yeah, those two are that's exactly what Johnny said. Dana White and Eddie Hearn got the best bad blood going on right now. They really do. And the funny thing is, like, back in the day, or not even back in the day, not even that long ago, Eddie was like the only one not criticizing Dana White. He's like, I think he's got a lane in Zuffa, and we've got respect for him. He's done amazing things with the UFC. It was always the others,
right?
And especially the sanctioning, the WBO, WBC. They all couldn't stand Dana,
right.
And it's largely because he ate their lunch for a long time.
The alphabet boxing leagues,
yeah. But Eddie was always the one that was, they were rivals, and they're both kind of, at the top of what they do respectively. So it's like, I get it that they have a little bit of competitive banter back and forth, but it got kind of ugly recently.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, I'm interested to see that. And yeah, it's very interesting.
And you got to bring in a big name to fight Conor Benn too. Like you can't just give him a scrub, because that's exactly what Dana White said he doesn't want to do, which is when you've got a really good young fighter like a Conor Benn. That was a really nice shot there by Zach Reese.
Yeah, big shot. Last minute of this round and fight.
It could this last minute could determine the fight if somebody did have Reese winning the second round.
Yep.
Reese.
Great instincts right there on Pereira to roll over quickly in that submission attempt. They're too slick, too covered in blood for him to really lock something up this late. Zach Reese is looking to try to put a finish together because he knows he needs it. But I mean, at this point, don't just stand there looking at each other with your hands down. Get to
throw
work.
Some shots. Yeah, this is a winnable fight for both of you.
There you go. Now we're talking.
By Pereira. There we go.
Pereira might just Max Holloway this whole situation.
If you're going to stand and trade, You know,
if you're going to stand and trade, get into range. Don't be standing there wanting to look tough.
It seems. Let's go. You're going to waste the whole last 10 seconds pointing to the octagon. Actually, if you're going to do it, let's do it. There we go.
Pereira's obliging. He's willing to do it right now.
All right.
Great fight. Great win for Pereira, in my opinion.
Michel Pereira, 2-1 to me. 29-28, Michel Pereira. Drop your scorecards in the chat here. Do you guys agree with me, or you think Reese eked that one out?
No, I think Pereira got it. He's sitting on top of the cage already. He knows it.
Yep.
And the body language of Reese kind of showed you. It indicated he knew he was down on the scorecards. Skip through those ads, y'all, if y'all are getting them, so we don't get too far behind.
Yeah, that's what I was doing on my phone just now as well.
Yeah.
In the Discord, so I'm keeping track of the Discord. By the way, guys, I don't know if you guys use Discord, but one of our subscribers, longtime subscribers, Danger Mouse, he actually has a Just Bleed MMA. It's a YouTube channel, and
shout out Danger.
Really knows really knows his stuff. He's a true fan of the sport, but he has been with us since the very beginning, and he started a Discord channel for us. We didn't know anything about Discord, but there's like 20 or some odd people in there now. If you guys like, and it's all diehards, it's no casuals in there. These people love fighting. These people know, in some instances, more about some of the undercard fighters than even Nick or myself do. So if you guys like that, check it out. Chris, is there a way you can drop the link to the Discord somewhere? Right now, but come back to the video maybe in the description after it posts, and we'll have the link in there. Or if you just search Barnhill Brothers on Discord, that's our server. Yeah, come hang out, boys. Yeah, for sure. I'm going to run to the bathroom before they render that. You want to jump in, Chris?
Well, they're going to render it in like less than 2 minutes. So I'll just.
Yep. So we got commercials, but don't worry, guys. 3 seconds, and we're back to the action. We'll get the official announcement from Bruce Buffer, and we'll be on. Y'all let us know how the fights are treating y'all tonight. What do you think? I mean, yeah, we've had a lot of decisions, couple of duds in the early part of the night, but I do think the top of this card is going to deliver, especially the main event. It has to deliver. There's no way this is going to be a boring main event. Zach Reese is bloodied up, but looks excited. Pereira looks tired. 29-28. Oh, we got a split decision. 29-28 across the board. Split decision victory goes to Michel Pereira. They got it right once again. Another win for the Brazilian. Y'all think they got that right? What'd y'all think about the split decision? I didn't see Zach Reese getting 2 of those 3 rounds, but obviously neither did 2 of the judges. That's why Pereira got his hand raised. Uh-oh, about to do a little break dancing. Here we go. Okay, so the Ryan Thompson is the judge that scored it for Zach Reese. He gave him round 2. I mean, yeah, round 2 and 3. I don't really see how he could have given him round 2, but I see the round 3. All right, now we're looking at some of the fans. Tatiana Suarez. Oh, RDA legend. Long up. Diego Lopez. It's always fun to see people go insane and see which fighters they go insane for. Who is that? That belt is ugly.
That's the jiu-jitsu belt.
The Zuffa Jiu-Jitsu?
The Jiu-Jitsu. All righty.
Back in action.
Josiah Harold, Jacoby Smith. I got Smith on this one. I got him 2nd round knockout.
So he's an All-American wrestler. Division I All-American wrestler. But this Josiah, he had a rare brain disease.
Yeah.
And beat it. And now he's making his debut. So you only want good things for the guy. His striking, from what I can tell, looks like he packs some serious power in his punches. Not the most high-level striker, and I don't expect him to have an advantage on the grappling. But if he's a dog, if he's willing to fight, he's been in tougher fights than any fight you can have in the UFC.
Well, that's for sure.
And, so I'm excited for this one because it's interesting. He comes out and his name's like the Muscle Hamster, and the dude is bodied up. Don't get me wrong. But then his opponent comes up. Fight name has nothing to do with any sort of muscles, and he's got twice the body. Yeah. You're like, oh, man, maybe I shouldn't have named myself the Muscle
Hamster
before I found out there's a guy in my division who's way more muscular. But Jacoby Smith is going to be promising. He's, like I said, All-American D1 wrestler and knows how to strike. Clearly is very strong, too.
For sure.
While we got time in between, thoughts on Adesanya Piper.
Somebody asked thoughts on Adesanya Piper. You know, I think Joe needs to prove that he's elite. We know Izzy's elite. You know, Izzy, me and Nick were just talking about this the other day. Izzy's just one of those guys, man.
100%.
He's like, even if you think about there is no Alex Pereira without Israel Adesanya.
Correct.
And we have to remember too, they fought twice inside the UFC. Izzy won the vast majority of those minutes.
Yes.
He got finished in the first one, and then Izzy came back and finished him in the second one, more emphatically, by the way, than Pereira finished him. I think Izzy's got one or two more good ones left in him. I think Izzy's going to win that fight. I don't think Joe's quite to that level yet.
Izzy, you know, he is everything you could want in a fighter, in a prize fighter. He is such a high-level guy inside the octagon, on the microphone, outside the octagon. He can hit a dance routine that rivals anything you'd see on the Olympic opening, grand opening. The dude is just an absolute star. And he started to become invincible. They had to go out of the UFC to find somebody to beat Israel Adesanya.
Yeah.
Now they did it, but we cannot forget the entire career that guy had. His road to the UFC's belt, his reign where they had nobody to fight him because he was just lapping the division. Finally, they go find the scariest kickboxer in the world in Pereira, bring him up. And you know, it's just one of those guys where you're going to miss Izzy when he's finally gone because those skills are still there. He's still high level. And as far as the X's and O's on Joe Pyfer, I'm excited to break that one down because I think stylistically it's a perfect matchup for Izzy. Now he's got to play it smart. He's got to be real calculated for 5 rounds. But I think if he does fight sharp and stay outside and do what Izzy does best, he wins that fight, walks away with it in 5 rounds, or potentially finds a late finish.
Yeah.
I mean, Pfeiffer's there for him to be hit. Cain Velasquez getting a little highlight of Cain.
Yeah.
Shout out Cain right out of jail, and nobody could be any happier than the guys from AKA. If you see like Khabib's posts about Cain, and it just shows the character of Cain when all these guys that we love and admire from the sport just come up and give him all the praise.
One more question before this next fight starts from Johnny.
Yep.
Can I saw it when I came back from the bathroom. Can Tatiana win the rematch against Wei Li Zhang? I think it's gonna be difficult, to be honest with you. I think that Wei Li is a good enough grappler that she can kind of neutralize that, and then Tatiana doesn't have anything for her on the feet.
Yeah, that's the problem. Is her grappling's really good, but all fights and all rounds start on the feet.
Yeah,
I don't see Tatiana, especially once you've gone rounds with a girl. She knows now what your entries look like. She knows what your feints look like. She's felt the strength that you have when you do try to lock in and get close. So
look at that. Holy moly.
Yeah. So this is the guy, the muscle hamster.
Yeah. Wow. Unbelievable.
Their naming his disease. They said it. I won't be able to repeat it. It sounds like Goya Moya or something like that. I don't really know, but it's got a big
like the Spanish seasoning my wife buys.
Yeah. Little curcumino.
Yeah. So great question, Johnny. Has Alex surpassed Izzy on the GOAT list? Yes. For me, he has.
Really?
Yes. The rise to the belt was unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
The amount of former champions that he's beaten and current champions he's taken belts off of is insane. The fact that he came back after losing that decision and did what he did to Ankalaev,
mm-hmm.
I do have him higher on my GOAT list. To be honest,
I think the only difference is the fact that he went up for double champ status and got it. Israel didn't.
Right.
But if you're talking about,
but
it's the same thing as Ilia Topuria isn't as good of a featherweight as Volk, but he has a better career overall.
Now that's the perfect way to put it. So yeah, I would have my 185 GOATs, I guess, would be Silva, Adesanya, and then maybe Pereira.
Yep.
But on my overall GOAT list, I would have Alex slightly above Izzy. But Izzy's up there, man. I am an Izzy fan, and a lot of people hate him. They think he's boring or whatever. I have always liked Israel Adesanya. I've always thought he was a showman outside the octagon.
And that stuff really, it goes a long way. And maybe that's just because I like that aspect of fighting. I love the promotion. I love somebody who has a name. That when he wins a fight, he looks at the camera and he calls that person out.
Yeah.
He is calling his shots. the thing that all fighters want to do, right? You get into the fight business so you can be your own boss, call your own shots.
Yeah.
And then you get free airtime on national television or ESPN or right now Paramount Plus. They say, who do you want to fight next? That's the one question we know everybody gets.
You don't know what the announcer is going to ask you other than for a fact they're going to ask you who you want to fight next.
And 9 times out of 10, they say, it doesn't matter. Give me anybody. And then we can't get excited for anything. Israel Adesanya always gave us somebody to look forward to.
I'll just say this too. Like in an era where nobody wants to fight, if you're a champion, the champions want to fight once a year
against other champions.
They want to defend once and then move up. There was one guy in recent memory that fought 3 times a year as a champion and stayed in his division until,
he lapped the division. And the only reason he moved, he didn't even ask to move up like prematurely. They were like, hey, there's nothing for you at 185 right now. Why don't you go test the waters
with Jan Blachowicz? And that was a close fight. That was a good fight.
Yeah.
I think they definitely got the right guy. Jan definitely won, but Izzy,
yeah,
Izzy's one of the all-time greats, and I think he won't be appreciated until he's gone.
Well, and here's the thing: he could definitely even out the playing field with. Now, this is a very lofty goal, but he could even the playing field as far as GOAT status goes with Pereira if he goes up. Remember, he lost his first shot at the 205 belt, and Pereira won his first, but then lost it to Ankalaev, right?
Yeah.
So no, he won 2, didn't he? Oh yeah, so he was he was champion for a while. So yeah, Pereira is definitely up there as far as I'm concerned, especially with the modern
Chris
era.
Chris Weidman's on there as well.
For 185 guys,
185
for
goats,
sure.
Yeah.
By the way, did y'all see Chris Weidman on the analyst desk with none other than Dustin the Diamond Poirier? Man, basically everybody was joking and clowning on Dustin Poirier about how he's not retired, about how he's for sure coming back, and he was like, you know what, I am itching. But I will say this, whoever's feeding him is making sure he's not going hungry for any meals. That dude, El Diamante, has gone up a few carats in size.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to see Dustin Poirier come back. I think he does wind up on that White House card.
Yeah. And it's either Nate or Colby. That's the only 2 he's coming back for.
But now Bo Nickel is really starting to hedge his bet and put all of his cannons towards Colby Covington. So that at the White House card is also a feasible option.
You think they do that? You think they do Colby versus Bo?
They're asking for it and tagging Dana and tagging President Trump and tagging the White House and Paramount. So, I feel like if they're handing it to Paramount on a silver platter, they might go ahead and make it.
And you could always do Nate versus Dustin, but I feel like if Dustin wants Colby, he should definitely get priority over Bo Nickel.
100%.
Man,
My casual take on that is I feel like that would be a snooze fest.
Dustin versus
Colby and Bo Nickel.
Colby and Bo, I that could wind up being an absolute dud. If it ends up being a wrestling match, they might as well just do it at RAF.
Man, Joey, you're coming with the good you guys are coming with the good questions tonight.
Yeah, let's go, boys.
Johnny and Joey, man, shout out to you guys. So, okay, Nick.
Told you, look at the body on that Jacoby Smith.
Yeah. Look at those shoulders. My God.
So
quickly before this next fight starts, Prime Silva versus Pereira or Prime GSP versus Prime Makhachev. Which alternate reality fight would you rather see if you had to choose? Man, I think just for excitement factor, I'd probably go Silva Pereira because that would just be electric on the feet.
Striking.
I love Islam, and I got no issue with his style like a lot of people do. But I think GSP versus Islam would be one of the most high-level fights. I think higher level Makhachev versus GSP. But as far as electric striking affair, Silva Pereira, I would probably go. How about you?
Yeah, and I would also favor the strikers in that one just because that's my preferred style to watch. I think Islam and GSP are great. But if I want to get into how those fights would look, Prime GSP has no chance against Prime Islam Makhachev because the game evolves so fast. Yeah. Just like Prime Anderson Silva would have no chance against Prime Alex Pereira.
See, that's where I don't know. I don't know about that.
You know what? Yeah. I might be wrong.
I feel like Anderson. There was a time where nobody.
Yeah,
he would put you in the matrix.
True.
Now you do the Chris Weidman hands down in front of Pereira.
Yeah, you're in trouble.
Yeah. If Chris Weidman's hook can take you out, Alex Pereira's hook can send you to the hospital.
Yeah, maybe no showboating with Poetan. Yeah, But no, I think that would be interesting, and I think you're right. Maybe that one would be a little bit different, but Islam's skills are so different, and the grappling in MMA has changed so much that I can't see how George St. Pierre, even as good as he was on his best day, could even come close.
All righty. So we got the announcement. Keep these good questions coming, by the way, guys, because we have to fill this time in between the fights, and we're getting the same thing that you all probably are, which is 250-second commercials with a clock counting it down. So
and Bruce Buffer taking his time to say every word in the tail of the tape. But here's another one: best tattoo. Best tattoo. It can be the back piece, or it can be whatever. I'm a big fan of. I know
Volkov, Alexander Volkov's got some killer tattoos.
His is great. Daniel Pineda's retired right now, but he has that full back piece. It's pretty crazy. Shout out Houston. There's a couple really good ones.
I mean, Connor's got some cool tattoos.
You know who's got some cool tattoos too is Israel Adesanya.
He does.
He's got a couple of cool ones. Pereiras are pretty cool. I like that they're not like too well done. It's not like perfect Japanese tattoos. It's like kind of rough Japanese dragons and stuff.
Dan Hooker. I mean, talking about guys that are in the news right now.
Yeah, I don't find his as cool looking. I think some of them are a little bit too dark for me.
All right, here we go. Okay, starting round one, Smith versus Harrell. We should have the clock going for you guys so you can lock in with the time that we're at.
Yachty lost tonight, but my teammate Yadier Del Valle, his sleeve is awesome.
Yeah, that one is really good.
And he met that artist, by the way, years ago, and he said, I'm going to make it to the UFC. And the guy said, well, I'm going to give you tattoos when you get there. And sure enough, he's just been loading them down with tattoos ever since.
That's awesome. All right, so we got some grappling exchanges here to begin.
Mm-hmm.
We had a takedown attempt by Harrell there.
Which is interesting, shooting on the All-American.
Yeah, Smith locked up a nice front headlock and then, made his way back to his feet.
Yeah, Smith looks very comfortable. But, it is smart for the guy, Harrell, making his debut to show the wrestler, hey, I'm not afraid to change levels and shoot in on you. I'm not this guy who's going to want to just play, avoid close range at all costs with you. I'll shoot in on you.
Exactly, yeah. So we've got a bit of a feeling out. It seems like Smith is a bit more of the aggressor. A couple times, just like there, they've thrown a leg kick at the same time, and it's kind of just made for a reset.
Yeah.
But neither one of these guys have really taken control of this fight yet, or the center of the octagon, or the pacing. It's kind of very much still in determining who's going to command the fight here.
Dude, imagine if one of these guys fought Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
Yeah, I mean, I was just thinking these guys are really short for welterweight.
Yeah, they're stocky as all get out, but they're built like Sean Brady.
I mean, look at the legs on Harrell.
Yeah,
these guys are stocky, man. So Smith he's finding a straight right there, beautiful overhand to a takedown.
Oh, okay. So Harrell must be pretty competent on the ground.
Yeah, Harrell looking for a
nice
kind of a leg entanglement there.
Great way to get up though. Threaten those. Yeah,
threaten those. Yeah, and that's the only time I tell people to threaten bottom position submissions, like triangles, and unless you really have it locked up, you need to use it to work your way back to your feet.
Yep, wrestle up.
Yeah, a couple of head kicks thrown by each guy.
Nice
1-2 there by Harrell. Answered immediately.
Getting
back
off angle,
Smith.
But you see, he was admiring his work. He stood right there after he landed a couple punches and gave Jacoby Smith a perfect opportunity to get his own shots off. Beautiful takedown.
Absolutely gorgeous body lock takedown by Jacoby Smith there.
2.5 minutes through the first round, y'all. These guys are kind of just standing here trading and then trading takedown attempts. Oh, nice clean shot by Jacoby Smith. He seems, for a wrestler, we talk about wrestlers having overhands and not being the best strikers, sometimes being stiff.
Look at another takedown by Harrell there, but immediately reversed by Jacoby Smith.
You see the evolution of these grapplers, man.
Oh, he's out. Jacoby Smith. Goodness gracious. Jacoby Smith. Oh, my God. Wow. This guy's a problem, man. Dude. Absolutely beautiful. So, I mean, I get the strategy by Harrell to try to show the grappler that you're not afraid to wrestle with him a little bit. But the reversals of Jacoby Smith, I mean, he got taken down cleanly, immediately reversed it into a side mount, and then just rained down some shots.
He's like a miniature Gable Steveson.
This guy's a problem, man. And look at the legs on him, too. He's
He's
if
like
he cleans that striking up even ever so slightly, this is a big problem.
he's like a jacked Aljamain Sterling.
Oh, wow. Harold's still having a hard time getting to his feet.
Well, he has a brain issue.
Oh, my God.
I mean, that was about as bad of an ending and a late stoppage.
For a guy with a serious head injury.
For a guy with a serious brain injury. Sometimes I wonder about those situations.
Yeah.
You never want to take a guy's dream away from him, but
So nice body lock to a trip, immediate reversal by Jacoby Smith. And then let's see here. Elbow. 3 elbows. 1, 2, 3, 4,
He's
5,
unconscious
6, 7, 8, 9 shots went through, probably 4 to 5 of them at least after Harold was unconscious. So that's some pretty crappy reffing, to be honest with you.
Yeah. And then, but it's weird. He had to like throw him off, and look, he looks like he's angry
with him. But dude, it's your job to stop the fight.
Yeah. He's like, dude, why didn't you stop that? It's
You're
your job,
angry
ref.
at him for not doing your job. It's not his job to do that. Yeah, I don't agree with that ref at all there. That was bad refereeing.
Yep. Jacoby
Which
Smith
unfortunately is not uncommon.
Yeah, that takedown was beautiful.
Yeah.
And that reversal. I mean, that reversal is so high level. Straight up onto his head, right over the backside.
Yeah. Wow, Jacoby Smith, this guy's a real problem.
Another commercial break.
73 seconds, guys. We got Paul Revere coming through the town square, and Wilbur and Orville Wright taking off with an airplane. I think this is actually a Kalshi commercial.
Shout out Kalshi.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, Jacoby Smith, who would you put him up against next? He probably
Leal.
There you go.
Leal versus Jacoby Smith might be really interesting.
The short, stocky, fellas.
Again, they're on the same schedule. So
good striker, good wrestler. I actually like that fight.
Yeah. And willing to just trade.
Yeah, for sure.
Or, Chitty would be interesting, but he
the size, the height. Yeah, I don't think they're going to do Chitty because they're going to a good prospect, 11-0, like now 12-0, like Jacoby Smith. You're going to want to put him against, somebody that can move him a little bit further up the hill.
I agree. Yeah, I'll have to think about it, but there's definitely some good people for him to fight.
This week is going to be an interesting, because we always do our deep dive, on fights. And this Kavanaugh guy, I don't know much about him. So,
is it his debut?
No, I really don't know anything about him. I'm going to have to go watch some of his fights. And it's definitely not his debut because he's ranked 15. But it's so funny because we always break down at least the main event on every card, and we also go and watch fights and do a little bit of tape study. And it's interesting that I'm going to be forced to learn about somebody that I don't know that much about.
Yeah, I bet he's got an Irish accent. I bet he trains at Straight Blast Gym. I bet you he likes to use a bouncy karate style.
Yep.
Sound familiar?
So looks like
and when he grabs the microphone,
taking Harold out of the cage.
Yeah, they need to get him to the hospital. Houston is a medical frontier, though.
One of the best. So, one of the best. If you're going to have to go to the hospital, you want to do it in Houston.
Yeah.
All right, Jacoby Smith.
Yeah, Jacoby Smith's a problem.
All right, so we're going to listen in on what Michael Bisping has to say. So,
y'all drop your thoughts on who you think Jacoby Smith should fight next. Let's make this match.
He said, Houston, we got a star in the building.
And he's stacking knockouts up.
Yeah, this guy could be something. He's got a name in mind.
He wants to crack the rankings. Kevin Holland.
Oh,
there he is, Trailblaze. Now, Kevin's my boy.
Oof,
so
I know he's your boy, but man, oh man, I don't know if that's a fight that old Kev wants.
Kev will always surprise you when you think he's down and out. That man can still go on a 5-fight win streak in a year if he needs to. Yeah. But this is a tough fight for him. But I also know Kevin Holland doesn't turn anybody down.
Now he can, and Kevin can crack. Yeah,
he took Hamzat Chimaev on 2 days' notice. So if you think he's worried about Jacoby Smith, think again.
I think the UFC also quadrupled his pay to do that. I don't think they'd be doing that for Jacoby Smith.
You'd be right about that, sir. You'd be right about that. Money well spent and money well earned.
Yeah. Hey,
that was a quick one.
Knowing what Kev makes and then multiplying it by 4, I'd have probably said yes to.
You're damn right. Oh, somebody said Buckley.
Buckley, yeah, I like that. Yeah, Johnny, I like that. Was one of the first ones that popped in my mind.
I don't want to see Buckley fight until he fights both Shakur Stevenson and Terrence Crawford. Those two have been talking smack, and he's just saying, you guys do your thing, but don't try to say y'all have any business with us. He was right. And New Mansa he doesn't hold his words back. We get comments from New Mansa, and we love it.
He's called me out a time or two.
Absolutely.
But always in a nice way.
Right. And he makes a point. My thing is, if you really believe in your boxing skills, go over there and spar with him. He's not going to hurt you. If you have to tap, you have to tap. If you have to get, tap from your legs getting kicked out from under you, then so be it. But just open your eyes to what the game is, because
Jamal Hill looks heavy. Sorry to interrupt you there, but goodness gracious, is he making a move to heavyweight as well?
Yeah. Oh, Jared Cannonier is looking thick too.
Jared's in his 40s now, isn't he? Kev Holland. I just saw Joe and Lauren Murphy too, by the way, behind
shout
him.
out.
Yeah. There's
that's Pat Barry,
Alex Morono, yeah.
This looks like
okay. I feel like we might be about to get a fight announcement, boys.
All right, we're looking at Miami. They're showing all the sites to see.
Dustin, are you kidding me?
No way.
Don't tell me Dustin's coming back to fight in Miami.
Who's that? That was Krylov.
No, I think they're just I think they're showing highlights from some Miami cards.
Oh, well, then they got to show the Sugar 299.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, here we go. UFC returns to Miami. UFC 327, the 11th of April.
But they don't
Joshua Van, Houston zone. Next to Mattress Mac. Look at him go.
All right, so it's official. He's fighting Tatsuro Taira in Miami.
Okay. Is that the main? It can't be.
Where is Manel Cape?
Yeah, what happened with Cobb? Why is this not? I mean, Tatsuro Taira is not undeserving of a title fight. Don't get me wrong.
No.
But where the heck is Manel Cobb?
He needs to be in that fight.
If you're looking at not the main event, that can't be the main event.
If you're looking at Kalshi, I bet you 125 is contested 2 times this year. Now,
Tatsuro, I did look at it, and Tatsuro Taira is the favorited to be the champion at the end of 2026.
Okay, so I do believe
even more than Pantoja.
I do believe whoever wins between Van and Tatsuro Taira will fight again at the end of this year. Question is, will it be against Manel Kopp or will it be against a returning Pantoja, the former champ? And that's
gonna be Pantoja,
where things get interesting.
Yeah,
because if Pantoja comes back, do you think Tatsuro Taira could beat him?
Maybe. Yeah. I mean, Pantoja suffered a really bad injury and he's not young. I mean, I get the 35 curse is meaning less and less as the years go by because these guys are learning how to train and take care of themselves properly.
Yeah.
But it's still not nothing. It still does mean something.
Right.
And the lower the weight class goes, the more it's take Volk out of the discussion. But besides Volk,
he's an anomaly.
He's an anomaly. The lower you go in weight, the worse it gets as far as the 35 curse is concerned.
So Eddie Hearn's not going to allow Buckley to fight anybody that's a boxer. I agree.
Yeah, but spar. I mean, Eddie can't really control if they go and
No, remember it was who was it? Was Jake Paul was trying to fly somebody down to spar him at one point? Like literally paying for him to come to Puerto Rico to spar and film it and all that. I think it was Sean Strickland. Good call. I was going to say it's either Sean Strickland or Patty, but for some reason I couldn't remember. But yeah, it's sparring is one thing, but I think it's really fun. Remember when we saw Vasil Lomachenko sparring TJ Dillashaw?
Now that was cool.
That was so much fun. And all we got was like a 3-minute clip, but that was so fun to watch. And you know how much you level up when you get in there with those boxers. When MMA guys get in there with boxers.
But you've been in there with Regis Prograis.
Yeah, he was
Austin
preparing.
Trout.
Yeah, Austin Trout, the bare knuckle champ. Regis Prograis, 2-time, potentially going to be a 3-time world champion one day. He was getting ready for Zepeda, who's an unorthodox.
That's why I had you, because he was a lefty. Yeah,
unorthodox southpaw, and if that's what you're looking for, I'm your guy. So yeah, that was it was a great camp. But yeah, it's just really interesting. And one thing I've always said is MMA fighters will always give props and credit to boxing and boxing coaches for helping them evolve their MMA game. Let's just flip that on its head and see if MMA can help your boxing. Maybe it can. Maybe you don't need 90% of what's in MMA, but some of the positional stuff, maybe some of the balance, maybe some of the range stuff could be different. And you could actually, with a really high level fight IQ in boxing, take some things and take those concepts and make them work.
Just look at who the best boxers in the world are right now, Usyk and Terrence Crawford.
Yeah.
Both of those guys have trained, in various grappling respects many times.
Yep.
All right, so we got an advertisement here for the BMF. Next weekend, boys, let's lock in. We're going to be right back here, same place, same time.
But we got a bigger fight night talking about the BMF. Most strikes landed in UFC history. He's going to cross 4,000 strikes in that fight.
For sure. Yeah, he's at 3,900 and something right now. Unless Charles gets a quick sub. Yeah, that's going to be 4,000 significant strikes. Oliveira.
Charles Dubronx Oliveira.
You guys got early predictions for that one? Drop us a comment. Let us know. You taking Max? Are you taking Charles? I'm not going to say because we're obviously going to do.
I can't wait for the breakdown.
A video on that. Yeah.
I can't wait for the breakdown. Because you know why? Because I get to go watch all of their old fights.
I know.
Yeah, you know what's so cool too? Charles Oliveira always like dapping up the entire corner of his opponent right before the fights. He's like hugging every coach.
Charles is everybody's favorite fighter.
Yeah, 100%.
I think he actually just got a
it's so crazy.
Leg sleeve.
Really?
Yeah. Yes, I noticed he got a leg sleeve.
Pokemon?
You talk about tattoos, I love Charles, but I would not put him on the list of the best tattoos in the UFC. He's got some rough ones.
You can tell which ones he got.
Oh, there we go. He told me that it was going to be a big announcement.
Go.
Our boy Lucas Valenche is actually going to take on Henrique for the lightweight championship in BJJ.
Y'all don't miss that one.
Lucas is actually a very good friend of ours, lives right around the corner from us.
Yes.
I have grappled dozens of rounds with him, if not hundreds of rounds, and never been in a good position. So
no, he's truly next level grappling, next level jiu-jitsu, and it's
world
translating.
Champion no gi.
Yes, and sometimes you wonder if that'll translate. It is translating to MMA. He's in Fury, 4-0, 4 finishes in the first round, making it look easy. Variety of different submissions. Lucas Valenche is a name to watch because he's going to make it to the UFC.
Yeah,
and
he'll compete at UFC, BJJ, and in the UFC, which is very rare. Most people are not doing both.
Yeah, and it's so funny. We were just texting with him yesterday, and he said, "Be sure to look on Saturday. There's going to be a special announcement." Congratulations, Lucas. We'll be tuned in.
Shout out, Lucas. We'll have to clip this part out and post that and tag him.
Can't wait to get some rounds in, brother. Let's
go.
go.
And that was like I did not know what the announcement. I honestly thought it was going to be Andressa, his wife, by the way. She is an even more decorated world champion than he is.
Female GOAT.
Yeah, the female, one of the best female jiu-jitsu players ever. I think even more so as far as accolades are concerned than even like a Mackenzie Dern or
Gabby Garcia. Yeah, she is the female GOAT as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, and so I thought it was going to be her, but it's actually Lucas. That's a surprise. So Joey, Max, no doubt about it. Yeah, Max. I think that if it stays on the feet, it definitely favors Max. But will it? That's going to be I think the big topic of conversation for our breakdown.
Yeah. That's going to be interesting because those guys know what's on the line. They're not looking to grapple much. Charles can make it exciting on the ground, but he also is more than happy to stand on the feet.
Yeah.
You just don't want to do that for 25 minutes with Max. So he's got to figure out how he's going to get inside and close that distance, get him to the ground.
Exactly.
Real quick, just in your notes, right? An hour, 27 minutes. That's where that little area was.
Yeah. 1 hour, 27, 127, like my birthday. Mm-hmm. They're showing an Olympics commercial. Guys, have y'all seen any of the Olympics? I saw a highlight. My brother showed me some speed skating where one girl's ice skate went into another girl's eyeball.
What?
Yeah. So if you thought that,
you thought MMA was
was tough, yeah, the Olympics said, hold my beer.
To be honest, I've been watching a little bit. There's some of those sports that I really enjoy. I'll watch a little bit of the figure skating here and there.
All right. Dan Hooker?
Yeah. The girl with the raccoon hair.
Okay.
That kind of stole the show. She was like a child prodigy, didn't like the pressure. I forget her name. She quit. Alyssa is her first name.
Got it.
She quit. She came back on her own terms and just demolished the field. Won the gold again. Like she has that it factor.
I'm a big fan of the curling.
The hockey.
No.
Who's been cheating in the curling?
Allegedly,
Yeah, Canada's supposedly, yeah, they're snubbing the
stone after it leaves, and they let go of it, and then they poke it with their finger.
Really? Are they running they're running a scam on the curling?
Yeah, doesn't surprise me.
The hockey I like.
Yeah, hockey's good. You know what's crazy is
The
that
half pipe I like a lot. That's
half
cool,
pipe's
yeah.
cool. The moguls are cool to watch.
Yeah.
The mogul skiing,
I just wonder how they don't all tear their ACLs every time they do that.
double ACL tear every time down the mountains. Yeah, but
the speed skiing is neat too. Like to see them like where they have to cut the little poles.
yeah, that one's interesting. The one that I hate, well, I like to watch it sometimes, is that uphill alpine ski running.
Yeah, that's painfully. But I'm sure you have to be in redonkulous shape to do that
at 10,000 elevation.
Yeah,
and all
but
that,
it's just not exciting. And the other one I don't understand is like the whole like skiing a little bit and then shooting a gun. It's like I don't understand how that came to be. But
it feels like one of those things where like maybe hunters back in the day, they had to like trek far and then kill and then trek back.
Yeah.
But what I think they should do to make that sport more entertaining is allow you to touch the other opponents, because you're all in this race, you're all on tracks, and usually the guy in first place at the beginning ends in first place because nobody can get past him through the ski tracks.
Yeah.
And they all have poles in their hands, so there's really no way to get around it. I say you allow them to hit with the poles. The poles weigh nothing. They're not going to hurt anybody. But if you could, like, imagine if they didn't have the little wraps on their wrists and you had to hold on to those sticks.
Yeah.
Even take the gloves off so their hands go cold and they go numb. And you can whack that. If you get your stick whacked out of your hand, you got to go get it. Because you won't make it up the next mountain without the stick.
There you go.
So I think you want to raise
rewriting the
stakes.
rules for the
2030 Olympics.
2030 alpine skiing. All right. Okay. So back to a sport that we actually know something about and not zero about.
Yeah. We got Spivac and
MMA,
Delia. Delia, Delia. It looks like he has a extra nipple, which sometimes
I think he does.
Some
yeah.
people are born with that.
But I third nipple or not, I like him by second round knockout.
Yeah.
Yep. How about you?
Yeah, heavyweight, anything can happen. He's from Croatia, so he's got that Mirko Krokop stoic, aura around him. I could see him winning this one. Again, it's hard. Heavyweights, it's either clear as day they're going to knock each other out, or clear as day they're going to run out of gas and go to decision.
Yeah.
So it's hard to say which one this is going to be. But Spivac, he's an interesting guy. He knows how to finish on the feet, knows how to finish on the ground. So it'll be interesting. I think both guys are high enough level to see a decision. I'm gonna go Delia decision.
Yeah, Delia decision. Okay, I'm going Delia knockout, either first or second round.
Word.
Sergey's good. I just think he's just one of those guys he's going to bounce in between that 6 and 12 position, just kind of as a really good gatekeeper. I don't think he's ever going to be much more than that.
No. Best tattoo?
Definitely not. But good fighter, solid fighter. And in a time where heavyweight has been awful, like we need to. Spivac, I feel like, has been kind of in that 10-5 position for a long time. I'd like to see at least some new faces start to make their way up heavyweight.
Agreed.
All right, so let's see here. So we're going to get this up on the screen, guys, and you can lock in with us exactly what time we're at. So if you want to sync up on the fights, you can see the commentary as it happens, really. All right, so touch of the gloves and we're off. Big head kick straight out of the gate for Delia.
All right, I don't think we're going to see a decision anymore.
Yeah, Nick's changed his mind in the first 8 seconds. Mm-hmm. So both guys looking to establish the center here. Both working a jab, and they're both actually finding a home for it. The funny thing is they're throwing it at the same time. Delia with a 3-punch combo there.
Delia round 1 finish. It's coming.
Okay, Nick has very quickly changed his prediction.
What's Kalshi got to say about that? I bet you the odds are going crazy.
All right, so let's see here.
It's almost like they're the exact same person. They're moving the same, their feints and they're
throwing at the exact same time.
Yeah. They both dip the same way.
It's like they picked the same player on the UFC PlayStation game.
Yeah. I'll wear black, you wear white.
Yeah.
That's like when I play Super Smash Bros with my nephews. Any, Steven or any of the other ones, they all want to be the same person you are. And it's like, dude, you're only going to make it more confusing.
Exactly. All right. So we got a little bit of a lull here. We're just over a minute in. Delia's the only one that's putting punches in combination. Spivac is throwing a jab, and he's landing it with some success, but it doesn't really seem to matter because Delia is throwing multiple punches every time he's throwing, which is, at least one or two of them are getting through.
Yeah. Spivac is trying to get his reads, but there's some serious bursts coming out of Delia, and that's what's causing him to stay gun shy in the early part of this round.
I'm not sure exactly what shot cut the eyebrow of Delia open. Maybe it was one of those short elbows.
Yeah, it could have been. Anything at heavyweight does enough damage to split somebody open, especially in those 4-ounce gloves. Now, Delia, he's doing a good job of staying active. And one thing I like that he's doing is every time Spivac goes to throw, he's starting his combination with his jab, and Delia is throwing the jab at the exact same time.
Yeah,
watch as soon as he can tell Spivac's about to throw a jab, he goes with his jab.
That was a beautiful slip back there from Delia, and then he countered with a nice hook and a straight. Delia is definitely the better striker here. Power seems to be about equal. Neither guy has really phased the other, but definitely accumulatively, Delia's landing more, and he's landing it more efficiently.
Yeah, he's getting the cleaner shots off, and defensively he's a little bit more sound. I don't know why Spivac though isn't trying to kick the legs a little bit, make him think about more than one target. All he's worried about right now is his head.
Yeah, because Delia is a little wide stance and he is a little front leg heavy at times. You could rip off some leg kicks and start to slow down the offensive, because now we do have the cage control kind of favoring Delia, whereas it was a little bit of a 50-50 in the beginning.
Yeah, and even kick the body. When he puts that high guard up, you can probably sneak a leg up into that spleen or liver, try to do some damage. But it does feel like Spivac is just trying to figure out any sort of way to get something going.
He needs to grapple, and that's what he's looking for, the opportunity to do that, and he hasn't really seen it yet.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Delia, I think you may have changed your opinion too early on the decision.
I know, right?
Delia's a little bloodied up, though. I mean, some of what Spivac's throwing is getting through. This is actually becoming a little bit of a closer round than it was leaning towards. You were so right about them just being the same fighter in there. They're both moving at the same cadence. They're doing the same things.
And when that happens, you've got to have the wherewithal to change the rhythm. Disruptive attacks, change the rhythm with feints. Anything like that can absolutely catch your person caught in their rhythm off guard. And if it just takes a high level of striking. But I say it all the time, the difference between good strikers and great strikers is the ability to make feints work. You got to be a salesman with the feints. If you can't sell a feint, you're never going to be a high level striker. You're never going to be a high level finisher. You have to use feints, not only to start your combinations, but also in the middle of your combination.
And neither one of these guys are really feinting effectively. The only reason, the crazy thing is, even without feinting and even without a variety of shots, Spivac has still managed to completely bloody the face of Delia here.
Yeah.
So this is interesting, because I do give the first round to Delia, but when you talk about damage and judge optics, judges are human beings. They're looking at the face of Delia. It looks worse than Spivac. So drop us a comment in the chat. Who do you have winning the first round? I think it was Delia there.
Yeah, I think Delia had that one for sure. Body language says a lot too. You can tell even Spivac in the round, he just doesn't seem to have the confidence. Shout out Cutman Tate.
Johnny, you want a UFC edition? UFC edition of what?
Skiing, the uphill skiing.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. The
exactly. Exactly.
Nick basically wants them to beat each other while they're skiing uphill, as if they're not already, taxed enough.
They need the Diaz brothers. They've got the cardio machine, right?
They'd be perfect. They would be perfect for that sport.
Yeah, you guys are lame.
It's like a triathlon where I can beat people up, man.
You guys are lame.
Oh man.
You notice at the end though, they all, as cold as it is, take all their coats off.
Oh yeah.
Down. They're
one guy clearly trying to stick out started the show or started it with like a short sleeve shirt on. It's like, you better win. You're in like 10-degree weather. You better win
with a
if you're
short
gonna-
sleeve shirt. Yeah. All right. So let's see. Second round KO was for Delia was my call. So
Isn't
let's
it
see
so
what happens.
nice to see empty seats right at the cage side for fights
And
that
Trey
are
the Truth on a phone call.
Yeah.
Like,
well into the middle of the main card, and people don't even have the decency to show up.
it's yeah, I mean, it's just, I get it.
But
It's
then people
the
are-
culture of people that can, because those, and that's the problem, is like, it's so damn expensive to go to one of these events these days that
Right.
like, if you want to sit cage side, it's what, like 10 grand.
Yeah,
Like-
and half the tickets don't even get sold; they're just reserved. It's so unfair because the people that want to be there and go for the earliest prelim are sitting in the nosebleeds, and they're still paying $300.
Yeah.
And then you got people that get $10,000 seats for free, and they don't even show up.
Like I know two people there right now. Shout out to Tim and Avi.
Yeah,
They both got there before the first fight.
Yeah.
Like these, like, but they're, obviously not. And Kyle too. Kyle is there as well.
Yeah. Oh,
But-
yeah. And
yeah.
they actually had an open workout at Main Street today. So I know a lot of the guys they had a media day. It was packed because Kevin Holland, Adrian Yanez, Josh Van, and Jamal Hill all worked out.
Yeah. Okay.
So I know there was some hype because it's right down the road from Toyota Center.
Sure.
So,
Sure. Yeah. All right. So second round, guys, we're about 1 minute into the second round. Again, nobody has really established control here. This is still anybody's fight almost halfway through the fight.
Yep.
But Delia was having success in the first round, throwing multiple punch combinations. But it seems in the second round that he's just kind of throwing single shots. I think he needs to get back to that 1-2-1. He was having some success with that in the first round.
Yep. Oh, nice body
Good
jab.
body jab there. See that you got to mix it up because everything up until this point has pretty much been head.
But dude, leg kicks are wide open, even for Delia right now. Look at how heavy Spivac is in his lead leg. You can for sure chop that down. Oh, big two lands for Spivac. That's his first big shot of the night, really.
Let's see here.
Doesn't seem to have phased Delia though.
No, and Spivac is really
Ooh.
good shot there by Delia. He needs to open up more. He needs to throw some more of that, and that's where he's going to have this success. But nice overhand there by Spivac. And these wild exchanges, Delia does seem to come out on top, even though Spivac is dangerous in those exchanges.
Yeah. Your prediction might be spot on the money.
What, second round knockout for
Yeah,
Delia?
it almost just happened there a second ago.
Spivac's tough, man. He's harder to get out of there than you'd think.
Yeah. But dude, that body's wide open.
Yeah, a big body kick would be nice. A big hook to the body. Anything to open up the head, really. Because both guys really have just been head hunting the whole fight. Yeah, Joey, I agree. This is a good fight. Barrios or Garcia?
Oh, yeah,
I'm
that's
going to
after
go
this.
Garcia. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think Ryan's a little too fast.
He's so skilled.
Yeah,
His fight IQ, he's a crazy guy, and he knows how to attract a lot of attention, and obviously he's
ooh, big shot there by Delia.
Big.
We've got
Uh-oh.
Spivac covering up. This might be it here.
Auntie Delia is pouring it on. Spivac can't figure out any.
Ooh,
Oh, he's
Spivac
landed
one
big
of his
one.
own there.
Ooh.
This has gotten wild.
He's backed up against the cage.
Go to the body, and you're
Oh.
going to finish this thing.
Some
Body's wide open.
Standing hammer fist to the side
Yeah.
of the head is pretty
Yeah.
gangster.
Wow. Now, I don't understand this thought process by Delia. You've got the guy hurt unless you just need a break.
Yeah, he just needed a break. He just unloaded the clip, and Spivac's still standing. Don't you know I'm still standing?
Yeah. Interesting. So the whooping crane, Spivac won the first, Delia win in the second. Yeah. I mean, the first round was laser close, and definitely from an optics perspective, damage wise, Spivac did more damage to the face of Delia. Wow, look at that too. Significant strikes in the first round. I did not think it was that much. So yeah, you're probably right. Actually, that may sway my opinion there.
That's crazy. But again,
I guess a lot of those combos didn't get through a lot of the shots.
Yeah, but the damage is still there.
All right. So yeah, second round's definitely going to Delia here. So it looks like we may end the round here in the clinch. Delia's against the cage. Spivac, so basically an over-under situation. Spivac looking for a takedown there, but it was easily defended by Delia.
Yeah.
Good short hook there by Spivac. But Spivac needs to create some distance and do something because he's losing this round, unless he's willing to just concede this round and try to win the third. Looks like we got 3 seconds left. Not much is going to happen between now. All right, so round 2 has just come to a conclusion. I think we can all agree probably Delia won that round. What do you say?
Yeah, it was a good round, a little bit closer. Spivac's starting to get a little bit more comfortable, but Delia had bigger moments in that round even than he did in the first round. So, yeah, I've got him up 2-0 right now. My original prediction of him winning via decision just might come to fruition after I changed it 3 times.
Do you mind just because it's hard for me to get out of here to get me another water?
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm on my way. Right back, boys.
All righty. See, Delia took the lead. Yeah, agreed. Yeah, Delia definitely won that second round. And I think he's in control going into the third here. Really good stuff there out of Delia. I just wish he would have gone to the body a little bit more when he had Spivac hurt. I think he could have finished the fight if he got the hands to drop a little bit and then landed something big over the top. Let's see what happens here in the third. Going into the third round, and we should have the timer up on the screen so you can see where we are. All right, so couple big shots thrown by Spivac. Looks like it didn't get through. I think Spivac seems to be fighting with a little bit of an urgency here, like he needs to get a finish. Good jab there by Spivac. Okay, so nice 1-2. Spivac's looking to find a home for that 1-2, which is he's finally following up the jab with a straight, which is what he should have been doing the whole fight, because that straight has found a home now once or twice in this round. But it's, you know, when he's not throwing multiple punch variations and combinations, it's not really I mean, the single jabs are landing on Delia, but Delia definitely is running away with the volume, certainly in the second round. But it looks like Delia is a little bit gassed out here, and Spivac's coming on. Spivac is definitely winning this round so far. On the screen there, Korean John, many didn't expect a competitive stand-up fight, but Spivac is coming on. Yeah, I definitely agree with that. This is not what we expected. And it's still anyone's fight with 3.5 left. There's that 1-2 again for Spivac. Delia seems very tired. Defended the takedown well there. So Spivac looking to wrestle now. So far, Delia's defended it well, but he's still up against the cage. He's an over-under position that he needs to look to reverse this position and break free, because I think his best chance in this last 2.5 is Spivac's working that takedown. He's got both hands under the butt. Got him down.
Very big. Yeah, if he can hold this, he can steal the round, but also he kind of needs to finish.
Yeah, well, maybe. You know, the first round, actually, when you look at the stats, they're
pretty close.
Well, Spivac almost doubled up on the significant strikes in the first round, even though for some reason to me it didn't optically appear that way. And on top of that, Delia was, you know, pretty bloodied up. So I think there's a real case that Spivac actually won the first round.
Yeah, that's fair.
Here's an interesting prop here on the screen, plus 260 that the fight will go the distance. So if
mouthpiece just came out. That's big trouble, because the referee really can't stop this fight right now while the mouthpiece is out.
He's going to wait for a lull in the action, and then he's going to pull that mouthpiece out. All right.
Open up.
Did he get it back in?
Yeah.
Okay, good rollout by Delia there. He's got to get up to his feet and make something happen. Spivac could win this fight right here. Good knees to the thigh there by Spivac. Delia's up to his feet, but he's got to break free. Spivac's looking to mat return him immediately.
He's got a strong whizzer. He needs to hold that while Spivac tries to take him down. Okay, he's got the back. Oh, beautiful way to spin in. You know, when you're slick like that too, there's into the third round, too slippery to hold on to. Spivac is going to waste his own energy for a final burst if he tries to hold on to a guy like that. You got to start cracking. Nope, you can't stand there and play defense. You got to go if you're Spivac right here, in my opinion.
Yeah, but well, Delia's got
he's lost his
damn
again.
mouthpiece again. What's going on with this guy's mouthpiece?
He's tired, so he's looking for a way to break.
Interesting. Yeah, he's got 50 seconds to make something happen here, or Spivac could pull away with this fight.
Yeah, neither guy is really moving the needle for their, future in the UFC's heavyweight division.
I mean, heavyweight's so damn light that the winner of this will probably get a title shot.
Right?
Okay. Decision. You should have stuck with your original prediction, Nick.
Yeah, and which I did, Delia. Decision.
Yeah, on your fifth rendition of your prediction is correct.
In Vegas, I'll say, well, it was my original idea that they were going to go decision.
So you should cash me out.
Yeah, cash me outside. How about that?
Go Spivac. Yeah, Spivac. Ooh, good final shot there for Delia, but it's not enough.
Little check hook.
2-1 for Spivac.
Gazelle hop hook.
Yeah.
All right, great fight from the big boys. On to the next one.
Chris,
who's next?
Yeah.
All right, y'all. Chris is coming in for a minute.
Well, we got a fun one next. Dan Ige and Ezekiel Costa. Not sure how to say his name, but I like that guy. Y'all drop in the chat. Who you think? Was that Spivac? Did he do enough, or did Delia do enough to win that fight? Let us know. Watching a couple ads, so we'll kill a little bit of time. How you doing over there? How is it on the other side?
Good. I haven't seen much of the fights. You got to pay so much attention to the screen, but
in fairness, you haven't missed too much.
Yeah.
So yeah, we got couple fights left. It seemed like, obviously this card isn't the most stacked, but we do have it's kind of a top heavy card where there are some fun fights right there at the top. And I think Jeff Neal and Uros Medic are going to deliver. I have a feeling Dan Ige. I mean, you don't get the name 100K Dan Ige for nothing.
I don't know why at the weigh-ins they kept calling him 100 grand Ige.
Yeah,
that doesn't even make any sense.
Yeah. I think Paramount maybe have hired some people and then fired some people.
Yeah.
But whoever's doing it, like some of the people that they have on the desk are not good.
Mm-hmm.
And they also need to bring Chael back. Yeah. Chael is good anytime you put him in front of a microphone, whether it's with fighters, without fighters, with commentators, with analysts, it doesn't matter. He's always dropping useful stuff.
Yeah.
They need to get him out there.
Let's see what they...
All right, we got the official decision in Bruce
split
Buffer's
decision,
hands.
or do you think it's going to be a full-on?
I think split. Yeah. Scorecards say 30-27, 29-28, and 29-28 for the winner by unanimous decision. Sergey Spivac. He wins that one. Y'all, let me know if you think that was the right call. Watching the fight, honestly, I thought that Delia won, but I guess I'll go back and watch it again. What do you think? Or you didn't see much?
Yeah, I didn't see much, but I heard y'all talking about it. I thought it was going to be the other way.
Yeah. Oh, the Whooping Crane. Shout out. You got Medic, Ige, and Strickland for a 25x parlay. Let's go. Whoa. I'm cheering for Medic, Ige, and Strickland. All for you. Let's go. Get that money. Any props or anything interesting too? Like you got a finish of any kind, or is it just wins across the board? Let us know.
I would love to see what the executives at Paramount think about Strickland.
Yeah, I would love to see.
Some of them never knew about him before the deal, and I'm sure they're like, who the heck is this guy?
Right. Yeah. They're like, wait, we didn't realize we were gonna make all this content with this guy. But Sean Strickland gets eyes on his content whenever he makes it, because love it or hate it, people want to hear what he has to say.
Yeah.
Mostly the engagement comes from people disagreeing. Oftentimes you see people agreeing, but regardless, he's always getting the attention. That's why he's in the main event, always fighting for 5 rounds. And look, you can't just get rid of him just because he's a loudmouth.
Yeah.
His skills back it up. He's good enough to be in the UFC, still a contender. So I say let Strickland be Strickland. Deshaun Strickland.
Yeah. I say if they did get rid of him at any point, bare knuckle would be a great home for him. I feel like that's what he would enjoy doing.
Yeah.
I don't have to worry about being taken down at all.
Yeah. I want to see him fight Jake Paul.
Yeah, that one too.
That one be fun.
Yeah.
All right. Spivac and his boys getting ushered out. Booker T. He actually lives down on this side of Houston, on the south side.
Oh, really?
Yeah, kind of Texas City. Bun B, he owns
Is that
Trill Burgers.
Yeah.
Oh, he's with Lil Flip. Waldo Acosta Cortez and Yair Rodriguez.
Who'd y'all say? Oh, him and Diego would be a good one.
Yep. The 2 cowboys of the featherweight division. Rose Namajunas.
MMA.
Nama.
Oh, I was like,
She's going
that's
with
your
the
brand?
Nama. All right. So
Like to see some of these
Houston,
fighters
Texas.
take on some of these cattle.
Yeah,
That's a whole different type of strength.
welcome to cowboy country. And this is perfect. It's leading right into the rodeo. Rodeo starts. So UFC is kind of kicking the party off for the rodeo. Guys, if you didn't know, Houston has the biggest rodeo in the world. We have it every year, a month long, every night of the month, a different A-list, music artist of some kind performing. But it's not just a concert. You also get an entire rodeo show, like real life rodeo events of all kind. You get to see the best in the world compete. Super fun. Definitely check it out if you're ever visiting Houston. Not only that, they have the best barbecue in the world, the biggest barbecue cook-off competition in the world. I've been to that one time. It was insane. So much good food. And they have a ton of roller coasters and all the fried Twinkies and fried foods and one-off weird items that you can possibly find at a county fair.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun. So I feel like the UFC coming is a perfect little send-off to get the rodeo started.
That would have been cool if this was, I guess Saturday night's like one of the rodeo's biggest nights, so it wouldn't make sense. But that'd be cool if this was one of the events that you could go to.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Where is this? Oh, it's at the Toyota Center.
Toyota Center, yep. About a quarter mile from Main Street.
Oh, yeah.
It's right down the road. As a matter of fact, the Main Street parking lot's probably full of cars parked for the UFC.
Yeah. That's not going to be that would be a very scary walk this evening. People going back from the Toyota Center to Main Street.
Yep. Walking through the construction of downtown Houston, you might fall into a pothole.
What's up, everybody?
How's it going?
Good. Yeah. So
come back with a fresh pot of coffee?
No, tea. So the
Ah.
voice is getting a little bit tired. I went ahead and took the liberty of helping myself to Chris's tea stash.
Here's a question
There you go.
from Nick from Joey.
What up?
Or
What up,
from
brother?
Johnny, I'm sorry. How was Whataburger?
Bro, I'm going to Whataburger after this.
I might go too.
Yeah, no.
Do you need a
Whataburger-
ride home tonight, by the way?
I do. I'm
So-
going to need to ride.
Before we get to the Whataburger, because I want to hit this before the next
We're
fight.
getting on the Whataburger next.
Um,
I'm starving.
Derek Brunson's cooking up something.
Oh,
He's got a $10 parlay for $53,000 that he just needs Sean Strickland to win.
Big
And he
Dick
cashes
Brunson?
out. Yeah.
dang, dude. So Derek Brunson, it may be coming. He's going to make he's making more money than most of the fighters tonight if Strickland wins.
Strickland wins. So they're offering him $5K to cash out right now.
Kick rocks.
And he said he's riding $53,000. So shout out to Derek Brunson.
Let's go. Get that money.
Look at this here. So it's he went with, Drexel Dragons, College of Charleston. He went deep on the sports, multiple sports, but most of it's UFC. The last one was Pereira.
Okay.
Michel Pereira. And he needs Sean Strickland to win on the money line, and Derek Brunson's going to turn $10 into $53,000. So, shout out to Derek. Sorry, back to Whataburger. I just I was like, I got to bring that up when we go back in.
And if I were to have that, I'd be celebrating with Whataburger for everybody. And yeah, so anyways, back to the important stuff. Whataburger. Yes, everything in Texas is big. Apparently, Whataburger was owned by itself up until recently, like the past 10 years. They sold to a major company. Either way, I really like the current Whataburger. I don't really know the old Whataburger. I can't compare the two. But what they have now, really good buns, really good burgers, and they're like full size. You know how sometimes burgers have the meat sticking too far out the sides and you get bun for like half of the burger? It's not like that. The bun actually like holds the whole thing. The toppings are good.
I like their patty melts. Those are really good.
I hear the patty melt's good, but see, I'm anti-onion, and I know that onions are
I get
in
it
there.
without onions.
Oh, you get it without
Yeah,
onions?
yeah.
Oh, see,
Yeah,
I don't
like
the
the caramelized onion. I don't mind an onion ring on there, but
Yeah.
just the too much of the caramelized onion, I don't roll with that.
That's for the birds. Yeah. So I'm not into the onions. So I don't want to be the squeaky wheel asking them to modify my patty melt. They might take the onions out and spit a loogie into it just for me being a complainer. But either way, yeah, I go with the Whataburger double cheeseburger with cheese. Only toppings, lettuce, tomato, mayonnaise. Of course, every now and again, I'll go full toppings, Whataburger way, minus the onions. But for the most part, I'm a simple man. I like the lettuce, tomato, mayo as the top. And their fries are good, but they're nothing to write home about.
Yeah, the fries are okay.
The fries are good. Sometimes they're not salted right.
Hot take, it's way better than In-N-Out Burger, in my opinion.
So
the fries are better
at
In-N-Out, but Whataburger's burgers are better.
I agree with that. I like the freshness of In-N-Out, but everything in their sauces and stuff has onions in it. It's kind of throws everything off for me.
you. Yeah.
So I get that, but also
you've never met somebody that hates onions more than Nick.
Yeah, no, I'm an anti-onion man to the highest level.
Think of the guy that hates onions the most. Nick makes that guy look like he loves onions.
Absolutely. You're damn right I do.
So hold on one second. Let me see if I'm reading this right. Truisol, Michel Pereira removed from the UFC roster. Is that a joke, or is that he just fought and won?
Yeah, maybe Paramount's back there and you're not getting finishes. They're slicing you up, right?
They're just
right
cutting everybody. Yeah.
He gets backstage in a box with all of his stuff.
Yeah. Remember when they kicked Johnny Walker out?
Yeah.
That's another crazy thing.
Yeah.
Too. They literally, he was looking for his flip flops. He's like, I don't even have my shoes. And I just fought on the main card. And they're like, yeah, it doesn't matter. You got to get out of here. That's what I don't like about these empty seats in the front. You got fighters who maybe they're making their debut or it's their first fight in Houston and their family's able to save enough money to go buy the cheap seats in the nosebleeds. But as soon as their guy fights, who's usually on the prelims, they go visit the person who's in the hospital or go visit the person in their family that just fought, and they don't even watch the rest of the fights.
Of course not. Yeah.
They should give those open seats in the front to families of fighters that aren't going to be there for the later fights, and the seats aren't even occupied.
I mean, look at how many empty seats there are just behind any game. This is a true story, and correct me where I'm wrong in this story, but when you went out to Vegas for your boy Mana Martinez when he was fighting in the UFC, he fought on the prelims.
Right.
They immediately throw you out.
Immediately.
You don't have a ticket to get back in.
No.
And the two of you stood in line in some dive bar to pay a cover charge to get in and watch the main card. So imagine a guy who fought on the card has to get all of his crap, take it with him and go stand in line like the rest of us.
That's right.
To pay a cover charge to watch a fight. I mean, it's a sad state of affairs.
And I'll take it even further. So we leave T-Mobile Arena, we get back to the hotel. All of the casinos are showing the prelims and whatnot because it's free. But as soon as the main card starts, they know that it's pay-per-view. They have these curtains and they start pulling them through all the rooms. And unless you're paying to be in that room, you're not looking at the fights. So yeah, not only did we have to pay to go watch the fights, but we also saw his opponent, Cameron Simon, paying $75 in line with everybody else at Coyote Ugly just to go watch the rest of the fights.
That is so insane.
I was just blown away by it. Yeah,
real quick. I don't mind if you post the link in the chat. That doesn't bother me at all.
What's up?
I'd love to for the Pereira being removed from the UFC.
Yeah, come on, bring it.
Ige's a bad man. Yeah, let's jump into this fight. This is a good one that started so far. A little bit of a scramble there on the ground. Costa's a wild card, man. He's a fun fighter to watch, and so is Dan Ige. I'm really hoping for an excellent fight here.
Yeah, and Ige's a vet, right?
Yeah.
He knows how to win fights. He's not afraid of anybody. He's very equipped in every realm of MMA. Costa does seem like one of those guys that can really string together a win streak and get
Beautiful
it makes some
inside leg.
noise at featherweight. Yeah, look at that.
Nice leg trip there and off balancing by Costa.
Yeah, and he's got one of those wiry bodies. He doesn't look like the strongest guy, but he's also not skinny. He's thin, but he's got muscle.
Yeah. Yeah, he's one of those lanky guys, but he's got some strength on him.
Yeah.
Let's see here. So we got an over-under. Dan Ige's against the cage. Costa's using this position well to get the double unders and then off balance with some of these outside. It was an outside leg trip that he landed there on Ige.
Yeah.
Ige did get right back up to his feet, though.
Yeah, and Ige's always been the shorter guy, so having to fight a guy that's got a several inch reach advantage and height advantage has never really been an issue for him. He's able to obviously make his name. Dan, 50K, now 100.
He's 100K Ige now.
100 grand. Why did you see that? They even changed his name on it. It doesn't roll off the tongue like 100K.
Is Dan 100 grand Ige?
Yeah.
Oh, well, the Dan and Grand or
Dan and Grand, I guess.
I don't
but
need
no.
Eminem.
No, just
style
the
lyrics.
50K Ige worked. Just change the number and keep the K, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
But who the hell am I? So, Dan 100 grand. Dan 100 grand. Here we go.
I would just go with Dan $1,000,000 grand. He should go with the Dr. Evil 100 million billion grand.
He's going to have to get something going, or he's not going to be having any grand as a bonus.
Quick question: what color is Costa's hair?
It's green.
Got it. All green?
It's like a yellowish around the sides, and then like a bright green on the top.
Gosh.
Yeah, he's got some interesting hair dye. He's like the Sugar Sean O'Malley of the featherweight division.
Y'all, does anybody else get reminded of the Gorillas, the great band, the cartoon band, when they see Costa?
Really good front head kick by Costa there.
Costa.
It almost looked like his toe went in Ige's eye.
Yeah, that was a really nice combo. Good balance throughout. You know, when you can throw hands and kicks in the same combo and keep your balance and range, it shows a high level. He whips those kicks up too. He doesn't leave them up there to get caught. He tries to do damage. If not, he's at least beating up the weapons.
Yeah, it did look like his
shoulder.
toe went right in Dan's eye.
Nice kick.
In a world full of eye pokes, do a toe poke.
I really like what Costa's doing, just beating up the shoulders with those kicks. And then what we just saw right there is he's doubling up power side, very similar to how Ian Gary doubles up the power side. Sends that kick and then punches afterwards. Almost while the kick's still up there.
Yeah, that power two straight.
Oh, beautiful setup.
Absolutely. Costa's showing us that he absolutely belongs in the top 15. There's no mistake about that.
Not a doubt. Maybe, he's definitely going to be an interesting guy to watch this year.
Yeah, I mean, you would think he'd be somewhere between 12 and 15 with a win here, especially if he can finish Dan.
Yeah.
Because Dan's a G. I mean,
yeah.
He'll save a card on the day of the fight, you know?
Absolutely, he will.
So, but Costa's shown us that he's actually a step above Dan in the striking. Oh, beautiful spinning back kick to the head.
Oh, ground and pound.
Oh,
Finish
goodness.
it off.
Wow.
And that's all
Milky Zell Costa. My goodness. How about finish of the night?
The Dalmatian.
Dan
does
100
it again.
grand, but the 100K is going to Costa.
That's crazy. What a finish. You don't ever see that push kick to the body finish somebody, but it's because Dan
squatted down.
Changed levels.
Yeah.
It hit him right on top of the head.
I think that was meant to be a body kick.
It was.
So, yeah, I mean, he was landing that way. He was timing it, and he had the timing and the right cadence for it.
Yeah.
And then it just so happened that Dan squatted down. That couldn't have been more of a beautiful finish.
You know what it reminds me of is Justin Gaethje, Max Holloway BMF fight. Didn't Max land that same thing on Justin?
On the nose.
Right on the nose, yes.
That was a
Here you
major.
go.
So watch Dan. He's going for a body kick. Dan squat. Yeah.
Oh, that was a highlight reel KO. Beautiful by
Look here.
Ezekiel Costa.
Boom.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then beautiful follow up. 1, 2.
Gonseca.
Fantastic finish for Costa.
Oh, that parlay just got ruined.
Oh, dude, the parlay. Oh,
no.
man.
The 25X.
I'm
Come
sitting
on.
here reacting to that killer knockout.
Yeah, you gotta love those KOs, but that one does suck. For the
That's a
parlay.
bummer, man. That's a bummer.
It's okay. Throw something on the main and co-main. See if we can bounce back.
Wow. Absolutely beautiful finish by Costa.
That was the whooping crane. He had that
Yeah.
parlay.
Now,
Damn, that sucks, man. But hopefully you got some other good ones riding tonight.
bounce back. We're gonna bounce back.
Costa belongs, man. I think he takes Dan's spot at minimum.
Yep.
You know, could even fall to like 12, 13, something like that.
Yeah.
Give him somebody 8 through 12.
Mm-hmm. Maybe give Dan Ige Aaron Pico.
I like that fight, actually.
I kind of like that fight too.
Yeah. Wow.
Arnold Allen for Costa.
I think Arnold Allen would be one more for Costa if he wins. I think he's a little bit too high up the food chain.
Yeah.
But I could give him, I don't have the rankings in front of me, but drop a comment, guys. Let me know who you'd like to see Costa fight next. I think Arnold Allen would be a jump too high, but I do expect him to be either number 13 or 14 on Tuesday.
Yeah.
So you would think somewhere between 8 and 12 would be where his next fight would be. So
Monkey
I don't know,
King?
Chris, can you pull that up? Can you?
Unfortunately,
Yeah.
I can't 'cause I got it running on
The UFC, somebody can pull up the UFC rankings. I'm not sure exactly who would fit in that 8 through 12 offhand, but somebody there who's a good all around striker would be nice.
Yeah, and you're right, Whooping Crane. Sucks for the parlay, but that was pretty high level stuff right there from Costa.
BMF title next weekend. I'm excited for that one, man.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun.
Or the weekend after next. Sorry. Next weekend is Moreno. Kavanaugh.
yeah. Yippee.
Damn, look at Dan's eye.
And his nose. He's holding his nose that might be broken.
I think that was a broken nose and orbital.
What movie was that? You broken my nose. The Longest Yard.
I think so.
I think it was.
Melquizael Costa. Really good stuff.
Dude is
man.
solid. He's a big body for 145 because he doesn't look thin.
He's a problem for
Look
45.
at Michael
Yeah.
Bisping's 185. He's the same height, and Bisping's wearing shoes.
Yeah. He's a big boy. Shout out to this guy, whatever his name is.
Yeah.
Seamlessly goes from Portuguese to Spanish to English like he's native in all 3 languages, which he probably is.
Oh, Costa versus Steve Garcia. Now that would be
there we go.
interesting.
There we go.
Costa versus Steve Garcia. Now, Mean Machine Steve Garcia is fun.
That would be a great fight. So Lerone Murphy, Mavsar, only 2 with higher win streaks in the division right now. And only by
7.
1 for Mavsar and 2 for Lerone.
Yeah.
So
How is he not ranked?
he had to have just been fighting people well outside the top 15. But I
But
think
after 7 fights, Patty the Batty got a title fight after 7 fights.
yeah, I mean, well, the Dana White privilege as it is a real thing. But this guy is marketable.
Yeah, he's ultra white. No,
But I think that he is a more exciting fighter than Patty in a lot of ways.
Yeah, I mean, he's not as much of a marketable guy, not as marketing genius.
I think he's
but-
marketable.
Yeah, for sure. But Patty's obviously took the UFC by storm even before he got here.
Yeah, he broke that orbital with that kick. Dan was done from there.
That was beautiful.
And good wherewithal to come in hot with the follow up to get the ref to jump in there.
Yeah, I mean, there was only 7 seconds left in the round.
Yeah,
Dan Ige would not. If you had
the doctor
lesser-
would have stopped it. Looking at that broken orbital, it would have been stopped.
True.
But still, it's more emphatic to get the ref to stop
Yeah.
it.
It helps get the bonus.
Yeah. Did he call somebody out? I'm trying to listen to.
He's all Portuguese so far, but let's hear what this translator says right here. He's hyped up.
Okay, he did call him out. Oh, Diego Lopez, he called out. Now,
Because of the acai. He said his acai is better than where Diego Lopez's acai is.
now those are fighting words in Brazil. Now, I don't think he gets Lopez next. Lopez doesn't seem like he wants that one.
No, but Lopez does need a win.
Yeah, I don't know if he gets one against that guy.
Yeah.
Well, Lopez needs to clean his striking up, but I mean, and you say that with a grain of salt, right? Because it was against Volk, and Volk can make a lot of people who are very good look stupid. So, that could be the case. I don't think Lopez is where they go next with Costa, unless they want to just unless they think it's a favorable matchup for Costa and they want to reshuffle the deck.
Yeah,
great
fight.
What's up, Hope for Truths? Great fights for Jacoby. From Jacoby on, yeah, totally agree. Been really good. The prelims, there were like a little light there for with some of the prelims.
Top heavy cards,
masterclass for Costa, yeah.
But we knew these last few fights would deliver. Co-main's up next.
Co-main is next. Yep.
Guys, what do y'all think about the timing? We're Central. It's 9:15 right now. And we're about to hit the co-main. I mean, this is a lot better.
I love it because my toddler is going to wake me up at 7 o'clock tomorrow morning, regardless of what time I go to bed. So
ready to play.
I'm all for this.
Absolutely,
I'm a big fan of this timing.
Yeah, and when I swing by Whataburger, it doesn't have to be 1 o'clock in the morning. Which, by the way, they're open 24/7. That's pretty nice. It'll be 11 o'clock. A little bit easier.
There you go. Might even be 10:30.
My Whoop won't scream at me in the morning if I eat at 11 o'clock as opposed to 1 o'clock.
How about the Taco Bell? You still hitting them up?
Every now and again, I'll go get a cheesy gordita crunch.
Things that'll wake you up and want to play.
Yeah,
I'm sure they know each other, young Brazilians. Yeah, for sure. These guys have come across each other for sure. But I think Diego lives in Mexico, right? He spends most of his time.
He does. But I will say, are they about to induct Bruce Buffer into the Hall of Fame?
Hold on. Yeah, we got
right
old school
now?
Buff right here. We're going to turn this up just a little bit so we can hear it.
Johnny Bones. Joma.
Bruce Buffer, the golden voice of the octagon.
Yeah. And truly the most important guy in sports announcing because he helped his brother in so many ways. Cool story. Their brothers, they didn't meet until they were 20-something years old.
Yeah, they didn't grow up together.
And he asked his dad, I think, or his mom one time, he goes, "Is that my brother?" And the dad or mom just nonchalantly goes, "Yeah, I think it is." He's like, "Huh?
Well, like what?
He looks just like me and has my dream job?"
Yeah. And then he took it to another level,
He's the one that helped him trademark "Let's Get Ready to Rumble."
Yeah.
And now he has totally named.
You talk about money, these guys have made buku money.
Yeah.
Especially Michael, with that "Let's Get Ready to Rumble." But like they still, I mean, Bruce Buffer's not a young man.
No.
To keep the travel schedule and he's a consummate professional.
Yeah. I hear nothing but good things. I've never personally met him, but I hear nothing but good things. And I also hear that they give him a little bit of cash to play with when he's in Vegas.
There he is.
Oh, man. You got to love Bruce.
Okay. Oh, celebrating 30. Okay, so not an induction into the Hall of Fame, but celebrating 30 years with the UFC.
30 years. He's been
That's as long as you've been alive.
That's crazy. That is crazy.
That's why it's longer than Chris has been alive.
Yeah, that's crazy. What a legend.
Yeah, he's a legend. That's the perfect word for him. Is that Yair Rodriguez right there?
Yes. Oh, they showed him earlier. He had a cowboy hat on. Oh,
his boys got it on now.
Yep. Standing O for Bruce.
It's time. Bruce Buffer or Michael Buffer. I got to go Bruce, Johnny. I mean, Michael is the "Let's Get Ready to Rumble." There may not be anything more legendary than that. And he's got that velvety smooth voice. But for me, it's Bruce.
Oh,
I mean, I'm an MMA guy. At the end of the day, it's Bruce.
Yeah, no, he brings energy. Sometimes the reading of the script in the card on boxing can take a little while, and he does it better than anybody else ever did in boxing. But I'm all about efficiency. Let's get ready to rumble. 5 words. It's time. Two of them
words,
equally iconic. And for me, I'm just a UFC guy, and I definitely think Bruce is the man.
But you talk about somebody that can nail a name that's not in his native tongue, Michael Buffer. My goodness, when he announces some of those Mexican
Saul Canelo Alvarez.
Yeah, I mean, he sounds like he grew up in Guadalajara when he says those names. But he's a G. Both of those guys are incredible. Yeah, cheers to them.
Floyd Money Mayweather.
You almost kind of mixed Lennon in there.
Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Jimmy Lennon Jr., yeah.
Oh, yeah, he's more of a nasally, right? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Oh yeah, Joe Martinez.
Joe Martinez is a G too.
Yeah,
No shade, but I don't like that dreadlock guy. I think he's too gimmicky.
he's the zone
with the
Triller
or whatever.
guy.
Yeah,
yeah. No, he's
not a fan. Not a fan.
He'll do the whole thing where he's like Conor McGregor, and then once that ends and the crowd stops, he goes McGregor.
Why does
I'm
he
like,
do that? Why do you say it twice? Like,
Yeah. He always has to get the last
with
word.
like low energy the second time.
Yeah, it's very weird.
I get it. He's trying to make that his shtick, but it doesn't shtick.
Sorry, one more before we get back to the fight. Jeff Houston with the BKFC.
Oh yeah, the guy with the twisted bow tie.
You want to piss our dad off? Twist your bow tie 90 degrees in the wrong direction
and make it neon pink. But yeah, no, I actually like it because he gets amped up for the level of a BKFC event the way they need it.
Yeah, I mean,
Right.
you can only have a cheesy, corny, ridiculous announcer for BKFC, so he
Yeah.
does kind of fit that bill. He doesn't annoy me as much as the dreadlock guy does.
No, I don't know that dreadlock guy, and he never did it for me. I don't know who he is, who he works for,
Or why he's
Or
announcing
why-
fights.
yeah, or who gave him the job. They'll just let anybody. I guess they'll just let anybody grab a microphone and talk.
Hey, that's what they say about us all the time in the
That's
comments.
right. That's right.
Like, it was
The
so
other
funny
day-
as people, who gave these to a podcast? It's like, like
No, the same guy that can give you one. Just
crazy.
start
We
it.
went on Amazon and bought some mics, and we got a younger brother that knows how to edit videos.
Yeah. That's about it.
But yeah,
And take a quick second to say thanks to you guys. We've been able to turn this thing into so much more than what we thought it could ever be. Now we're a full-blown business, a small company to the highest level,
Yeah.
family business, and it's all
we
because
have
of you
2
guys.
employees now. Isn't
Yes,
that crazy?
We've got some employees. It's been a really good journey for us, but this year is a different year. We're going to grow. We're going to move. We're going to shake, and you guys have been helping us all throughout this entire way. So
This
can't
is the
thank
year
y'all enough.
we're going all in on Barnhill Brothers. Yeah.
Absolutely. Cheech, I just want to say real quick, this camera over here, I'm looking at the screen. It's just flashing red something.
It's the same thing. It's been flashing for the whole time. It's
Okay.
the no
It's
SIM
just-
card. Yeah.
no SIM card.
Got it.
Yeah, because it's feeding straight into the live stream.
Got it.
Yeah, none of this has been.
We actually haven't been live.
The camera's
Yeah.
overheated. All right, Euros
Like
Medic.
Top right corner, right? Left for you?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's the no SD.
All right. Let us know in the chat, guys, who's winning the co-main, Jeff Neal or
Let's
Euros
go.
Medic. I picked Euros Medic by finish. I think Neal's going to be a little chinny after that Prates starching, and love Jeff, but
Yeah.
last couple of years have been tough. Jeff's 35, 36 years old now.
OG fan of the channel, and he's had a
Yeah.
crazy life. He came out and said he has some addiction issues, but Jeff is always been a great guy, nice guy. And go back to that Vegas trip. That was
You were there when he fought Shavkat.
I was there when he fought Shavkat. That fight was
That's
so
right.
good. He missed weight by 8 pounds or something like that.
and still got a bonus.
And still got a bonus. So I was with him I was actually with him the day after the fights at the Uber stand. His face looked like he had been stung by 100 bees, but he was happy as he could be because the fight was crazy. He got the bonus.
And Jeff's an OG, man.
yeah, and he's a good guy.
You can't not love Jeff. But
And
I
he
just
works
think,
at Texas Roadhouse. Is where he's been working for all these years. Which
because he still works there, doesn't he?
yeah, well, he stopped and then went back because he's like, nah, it keeps me grounded. Like I can't have all this free time. And you know what?
And you don't have to hire a security guard on the weekends if he's working the Saturday night shift.
That's right. You throw your peanuts on the ground and call your waiter to get in a fight.
Yeah.
But most underrated bang for your buck steak you can get, Texas Roadhouse.
Yeah.
You go in there and get a couple of the Whataburger doesn't
You
have
talk about
anything on
Texas
that.
restaurants.
Yeah.
Texas Roadhouse is where it's at.
Those rolls.
Yeah.
I could eat a dozen of those.
I'm counting
before
my macros
atmosphere.
right now, so I'm staying away from Texas Roadhouse because those rolls will mess me up. But
I went to T-Bone.
thank you
Tom's
very
last
much, by
night.
the way. Let me see if I want to mess up the name here. AAJI Ajabi. Love your channel, guys. Keep up the good work. Thank you so
Let's
much, my
go.
friend.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching. We wouldn't have a channel if it weren't for people like you watching and commenting. So thank you very much.
And what are your thoughts on the fight so far? But more importantly, thoughts on this fight. Euros Medic. He's up next. He's walking out right now. This one's interesting. Jeff Neal
Medic
can
by
win.
knockout.
Jeff Neal
Third
has
round.
the strength of schedule, the experience, but sometimes that can actually be a double-edged sword. It can be good, and it can also lead to chinniness. Uros Medic is not Carlos Prates, but sometimes you can kind of go get some of the rub off of the last victor's, opportunity. And if Uros Medic can go crack a wobbly chin or a gun-shy Jeff Neal, we could see him run away with this thing.
He's got Beneil Dariush in the corner.
Beneil, you gotta love Beneil, the Silver Fox of the
Silver
UFC.
Fox. Yeah, he did absolutely nothing about that gray. He was like, and there's a lot more people in the UFC with gray hair than Beneil Dariush.
Than just him and Bruce Buffer.
They just grab some of that hair dye and pretend like it's not there.
But you know what they should do? They should go out of the who was that, Big Baby Miller, or who was it that
got his toupee knocked off in the box? Yeah,
I thought that was the best.
And somehow it ended up in Usyk's hand. Like of all people, like Usyk ended up with the hairpiece.
Yeah, he should have put it on his head.
Can you imagine?
Or taking it and just done the Dagestani, Dagestani beard.
I don't think I'd want to put somebody else's sweaty toupee on, but that's just me.
But imagine like thinking that was going to go well. I'm going to go get in a professional boxing match
with a toupee,
with a wig on.
The thing is, if you're running a hairpiece, you got to make sure nobody knows you're running a hairpiece.
Yeah,
like that's like rule number one.
You got to blend it in, and if you're going to tape it to your head, then let's maybe go with the Danny DeVito from Matilda and glue that bitch on.
Dude, you are just movie reference after movie reference tonight. I love it.
Absolutely. During all these lull periods, we got to have something to talk about.
Here comes Jeff.
Hey, bodied up too. Did you see him on the scale? Jeff Neal was ripped to shreds.
Here we go.
Looks like he's feeling good. Doesn't look like he's flustered or
I didn't realize he
nervous.
was born in Austin. I thought he was from Dallas.
Sometimes you never know with the UFC. You'll see fighters who are born somewhere, raised somewhere else, trained out of somewhere else, and you just can't really get a like Ian Gary. I'm pretty sure it says he like lives in like
not Ireland. Yeah.
His wife's ex's house in Brazil. And
born in Germany.
Germany.
Georgia, but lives in Spain or something.
And it says Marbella, Spain when he's out there. It's like it's really hard.
Ilya's as Spanish as they get.
Yeah.
I mean, the walkout song, the sipping of the espresso when he knocks somebody out.
True.
He's got the Spanish look. He's with the footballers, the Sergio Ramoses.
Yeah. Well, he's got the swag of the Spanish.
He's. I mean, I get it. He's genetically Georgian, but he's Spanish as far as culture is concerned.
Yeah.
And
born in that German guy that's also Dagestani. That's a model. Is he
Oh yeah, Zuhelber, Zell Huber. Y'all know this Zell Huber? He's like a Dolce and Gabbana, Balenciaga, all that trash. He's a model for them, but he's also like a rich kid. But he can fight like hell, and he looks like $1 million. He's going to be a problem. I think he's at 155. Pretty solid. All right, boys, we got the blue and red corners both in the octagon. We should get an announcement any second. Drop your last second thoughts on this fight. What round, who wins what round, and how?
Why, the who, what, when, the where, and the how.
So I'm taking a shit and I'm staring at it.
These mics are pretty sensitive.
But I can't. All right, Bruce, this is fresh off of his announcement of 30 years. He's fired up. I wonder if any of these boys are going torta hunting tonight. Out in the wild of Houston, you might as well go torta hunting. All right. Oh, Uros Medic is fighting out of Anchorage, Alaska. See? We don't know who's training in Anchorage, Alaska. I didn't even know they had an MMA gym up there.
That's like the American version of the Dagestanis. Like, there's some faraway place.
Yeah, they're up in the mountains. It's freezing all the time. Now, if we had a team in Alaska, that'd be kind of cool. Yeah. Like if there was like Alaska Top Team. Alaska Kickboxing Academy. Jeff looked comfortable. He looks like he's at home. But see, there you go. Now fighting out of Dallas, Texas. But a second ago, it said Austin. Who is that? Kerry Hatley. The third and final man inside the octagon. Uh-oh. Got the blonde ring girl. Just let us know it's round one.
Charger right here. Oh, no, I'll get it. Let's get started. It's about to start, and then I'll grab you.
Medic, first round. How does he get it done, Crane? Submission,
Here we
TKO.
go.
What are we looking at?
Sorry
Decision?
about that, boys. A bottle of water and then a hot tea. Little bathroom break. Here we go. All right, so 10 seconds into the first round here. A lot of movement by both guys. Nothing really significant landed yet.
I hear y'all. We got one for Medic and one for Jeff, but how are we getting it done in what round? So first round, but is it going to be a TKO? Obviously, these guys are moving pretty springy.
I don't
to
think it's going to be a
start the round.
submission here by
No,
either guy, but
No.
a whole lot of movement, not a whole lot of connection. Jeff Neal landed with a straight there.
Yeah, Medic, you can tell by the angling off, though, he's a high-level defensive striker. He knows what he's doing. Oh, beautiful explosivity
Absolutely beautiful front kick followed up by a 1-2. I like the mixing of the strikes with the kicks and the hands
Yep.
for Medic early
there.
on.
Variety, great targets. He's going for the legs, going up. He's also not allowing his kicks to be out there for very long. Anybody in the UFC at this level can catch kicks, so you really got to pick the speed up on him.
Oh,
he rocks
beautiful
him.
body hook to a head hook by Medic there.
So what happened? Uros Medic should get the same.
Oh, Jeff
no.
Neal's out like a light.
First round. Euros
Holy
Medic.
moly, first round Euros Medic.
Oh my!
I told
God.
you. I told you, dude.
All right, he just did it way more impressive than Carlos Prates. What are we going to do with him
This
next?
guy's a problem.
Euros
You-
Medic just made Carlos Prates' win over Jeff Neal look regular.
Well, I don't know about that, but
I mean,
faster and more brutal for sure.
and
And that's saying a lot.
Jeff Neal had some moments against Prates. Not a single
Yeah.
moment was had
Jeff's
against
still out.
Euros Medic.
Man, Euros. I told you, this guy does not win fights unless it's by KO.
Put a number next to his name.
Yeah. Tie a bow on him and put him to bed. Euros Medic is a top 10. Oof. 3 first
Give
round
him
knockouts
Leon
in a row.
Edwards.
There we go. I like
Leon.
that, yeah. So let's see what it was that finished the fight here. Boom.
All right, big two. Okay,
Okay.
mixing it up.
Oh, wow. Oh, and you see that guy's got so much power. That didn't even look like that crazy of a shot.
It's a mix of that, and Jeff is still chinny.
Yeah. That's what I said. That was one of the reasons I picked
Main
Medic. I
reasons,
mean,
yeah.
when you get sparked like that, 4 or 5 months ago, boom, to the temple too. It was right to the
Joey
temple.
said, "Don't throw hands with Medic." Couldn't
Yeah.
agree more. But y'all, what do you think? I mean, Prates didn't make it look that easy. Obviously,
Whoa.
the highlight reel aspect was more interesting, but this is a walk-off KO just like that. I mean, that's brutal. It happened super fast, and he really didn't take any damage.
How about Prates versus Medic?
Yeah, Prates is.
I mean, he's
close
too
to the
high up,
top,
right?
But
But
what I'm saying is, everybody looks at Prates different now after he won that fight. Let's look at Euros Medic different now that he just
Yeah.
did that more impressively.
yeah, that was ultra impressive.
Also.
Jeff Neal had no moments in that fight.
And look at that, even hitting a little something, a little Yu-Gi-Oh, a little anime
Kung
or
Fu
something.
there. Uros Medic is how
Fighting out of
Giannis just
Anchorage,
said it.
Alaska. We got to find out who's running the gym up there.
He's definitely
we're-
not Benil Dariush. Benil lives in LA.
Yeah, but the
Okay,
bodies.
good to
does he
see.
even
Good to
have
see
bodies?
Jeff's okay.
Maybe he's wrestling polar bears.
I would love an update on the Smith versus Harrell fight because Harrell looked pretty beat up in that.
Yeah.
Drop a note in the chat if anybody knows. Is there any report on Harrell? I was, we watch fights every weekend and we're kind of all conditioned to watching knockouts, but some of the ones are just like, oof, that went on way too long.
Yep.
And, hopefully he's okay. But Uros Medic, my goodness.
I know nobody's really going to go through anything traumatic tonight, but it would be crazy if our friend Mike, he's a trauma doctor here in Houston, a great guy, great friend of ours. And obviously, I don't think he'll be seeing anybody, but it would be interesting
Yeah.
if anybody gets hurt enough to where they need some sort of emergency.
I would love to know because he's a friend of ours and he's a really big fight fan. He knows fighting. Like he knows the prelim fighters and all that.
Trained for years.
And it would be cool to have him. I mean, obviously he works call most weekends because he's a trauma surgeon.
He's
but
on call right now.
if he did have an opportunity, he said he'd like to come on the show, like from the perspective of a trauma surgeon who also knows fighting. I feel like that would be a cool third person to have in here.
Yeah.
For a live stream. Let us know in the comments if that angle would be something you think would be cool.
Yeah, if y'all want a high-level trauma surgeon who knows this sport like we know this sport, he's a good friend of ours. If y'all want to get him on here, we always chat and we always like to ask him about concussions that happen in fights, big shots, ligament tears, anything like that. It's super fun to pick a doctor's brain, especially when they're involved in trauma and surgery. So, yeah, let us know if you guys would like to hear
Let's
that.
hear what Medic has to say here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanking his Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Getting a roaring applause in Houston.
Yeah. Okay, so they've been praying and visualizing this. So, Houston, we have a problem. I love it. I love it.
There you go. He's stolen the show.
Okay, most first-round knockouts in the UFC since 2021. He is number 2.
Only behind Mikhail. Olin
Jacek, I think. That's true. He knocked everybody out.
Sure, I lose sometimes, but I knock everybody out.
Hey, we'll forgive you if you lose, if you knock everybody out.
And you can have a great career. I mentioned Daniel Pineda the other day. He had like 20 fights, and all 20 of them were won or lost by finish.
Yeah.
He never goes to decision.
He never went to decision in the UFC.
Yeah, the judges don't know who Pineda is. Yeah, sometimes when you see somebody who's
said he's an MMA fighter, but boxing is his background and his passion. So he said nobody can box with him.
I agree, but also the kicking looked great.
Yeah,
he had some buttoned up Rafael Fiziev-esque kickboxing.
Neil was out like a light.
And sometimes after you've been knocked out, your brain will just shut off. If
Yeah.
it feels that again, bang. Let's not take any more damage.
Jeff Neal's
We're
never
out.
going to be the same fighter after those last 2.
That's brutal.
Jeff Neal's going to be chinny for the rest of his life.
I hate to see that.
He's giving the inspirational, keep moving forward, get hit. He's going full Rocky Balboa from Udo Schmedic here.
I like it. I'm with it. I'm with Uros Medic.
Me too.
Him versus Leal.
Yeah,
Carlos Leal.
I think he sparks Leal.
Yeah, but it'd be
I think he needs somebody higher. I like the Leon Edwards angle.
Yeah.
Here he goes. Leon Edwards.
He just called Leon Edwards out. I'm going to knock out him and then the next guy and the next guy until I get to the belt.
Of Euro Schmedic.
Hey, keep stacking up 100K bonus money. You're going to have yourself a great career.
Yeah.
Medic.
Okay, he wants so he's not calling for the White House. He's calling for Serbia. When he said Mr. President, I thought he was talking about Trump. He's talking about Dana White.
That's right.
He wants to go to Serbia. You could absolutely put this guy on the main event of a fight night in Serbia.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know the population, but I'm sure there's plenty of people
Enough
and they
to
love
fill
fighting.
a stadium for him.
They love fighting over there. That's their culture. Trey the truth. Look at the beard on the guy behind him. Dreadlock beard.
That's a tough beard.
Dreadlock beard is crazy.
That's a bold move.
I've seen a couple Rastas in Jamaica with dreadlock beards,
Yeah.
but never a white guy with a red beard. They didn't say anything about a little blue man. I got to pee, boys.
Yeah, that was a nasty knockout. Neil was too cocky walking into the stadium. Yeah, I think you're right about that. How about Medic versus Morales? Love that idea. I think Morales is too high up, though. He looks like a young Dana. That's hilarious. Yeah. Sorry, I don't mean to be looking off screen. My phone just got down to 2%, so I had to throw it on the charger. And the charger's not quite long enough for me to pull it back up here. All right, boys. Main event's up next. We got Sean Strickland, Fluffy Hernandez. Let me know who you're taking. This is one of the ones that Nick and I were split on. I did take Fluffy. I like him to win by submission, 4th or 5th round. Nick has Sean by decision. Let me know what y'all are taking. It's going to be a good one. I'm excited for this fight. Who you got in this one, Chris?
I'm going to go Strickland decision as well.
Okay.
Johnny's saying Fluffy by submission.
Chris is going Strickland decision as well. So we got 2 against 1 here. I got Fluffy by submission. Nick and Chris, you still picking Strickland by decision, or are you going to change your pick as the fight progresses?
No, Strickland by decision. I've got a question. I'm excited about this main event, but do you think they put a catheter on Joe Rogan, John Anik, and Daniel Cormier before they sit
No, they
down?
take bathroom breaks.
Yeah, but the bathroom's got to be far away from where they're sitting.
No, they get them out so that they'll get them straight out and straight back in. They've got like a staff bathroom. Yeah, there's no way.
Yeah, but it's still pretty far. What I'm saying is it's a walk, and it never feels like they're gone for that long. Oh, the commercial breaks.
Yeah, think of this as like a 250-second break.
So there's not a handful of Gatorade bottles with yellow Gatorade underneath the commentary.
I don't think so. Yeah.
You fall out of the chair.
Somebody pulled Joe's catheter out. Yeah. You never know what you're going to hear when you tune into the Barnhill Brothers live stream.
Guys,
yeah. Can you imagine DC in a diaper?
Hey, diaper lady, here's my diaper.
I don't think they make big enough diapers for DC.
No, big baby DC.
Walk into the Depends. They've got a UFC employee that goes into the Kroger and is like, "Hey, I'm looking for the Depends. You guys got any triple XLs?"
Yeah, whatever you got, I need 2 of them.
Oh man!
Imagine Rogan in a diaper. With his torso.
That's hilarious, actually.
Man, that looks good. I'm just hungry, so now even Pizza Hut looks good.
Pizza Hut's not bad, but don't dog on Pizza Hut.
Okay, so I don't even want to bring up pizza too much, but what I will say is, y'all know this. I've been on the record for years. Pizza is the most overrated food of all time. There's no nutrients. It's not. I mean, yeah, it tastes good, but tomato sauce has never really been my thing. I think that pesto is better as a base for sauce. Also, pizza now is just like, I don't know. It just feels different. Like I've always thought pizza was overrated. If I'm going to eat food that's unhealthy, I'd rather have a burger or hot wings. Pizza to me just doesn't, there's no protein. You got a little bit of cheese, but then if you want to get protein, you're like, oh, I'll add bacon and pepperoni. That's just fat.
I hear you. But I do love pizza. A well-made thin crust pizza is a treat.
Yeah.
I'm a fan. Yeah, there's a couple places around here that make a good one, but
I like pizza with pesto and chicken on it. Sean Brady with the best tattoos. He's up there.
Brady versus New Mansa. Is that what's?
Yep.
Yeah,
that's going to be.
I think it is. Yeah, yeah. Brady versus Buckley. Okay, April 25th.
Fight night.
That's got to be just a fight night main event.
I do like how they're doing these fight announcements.
Yeah.
Where it's just like a trailer to it. It used to just be they put their names up like that.
Yeah, the fight announcements, I think, in the Paramount era, in fairness, have been a little bit better. Buckley should win that. But, Buckley did show an Achilles heel with the grappling.
Yo, what about Euros Medic versus Bilal Muhammad?
A little too early for that, I think.
Bonfim? Oh, Bonfim
would be a good one. Yeah. Bonfim. Just looking at
19-1 is crazy.
I think the Leon Edwards was the right call out. But doesn't Leon have a fight? Does Leon have something booked?
I don't think so.
Oh, it's JDM, Della Maddalena.
JDM and Prates.
Prates, yeah.
But it's not official. Prates said he signed the contract waiting. I think that they could be doing Prates and Morales.
That would make more sense to me.
Yeah.
And then Machado Gary gets Islam.
Yeah. And he's in Georgia.
You know that
right
huge,
now.
I used to live right across the street from that. I could see that out of my apartment.
Is this Gus's Fried Chicken? I've been wanting to try this place.
Yeah.
Oh, that looks good.
I've never been there.
I drove by it the other day after a beard trim, and I was like, dude, if I didn't have to get back home, I'd pull in here and get
some fried chicken,
a quarter.
And then take a nap in my car before I drive home.
Exactly. Getting the HOV
Medic
lane
versus Joel Alvarez. I like it. Whooping Crane said chicken and white sauce pizza is dank.
Yes.
Yeah, that is. Oh my God, what was that?
Chicken bacon ranch.
Chicken bacon ranch pizza. Where was that
Money.
from?
Domino's.
Domino's. The chicken bacon ranch from Domino's was good.
Oh yeah.
You
I'll
have
still
to get a
dream
lot
about
of
that
toppings.
occasionally.
Yeah, Johnny, I agree. Although I do like a good cheese pizza.
But like if I go with mod pizza, I'll do pesto as the sauce, mozzarella and Parmesan, and then I go triple chicken, ground beef, pepperoni, artichoke hearts, broccoli, black pepper or
God almighty.
black olives, roasted garlic.
You're just having a salad with a pizza as your plate at that point.
That's right. And that's what I do when I modify my own pizzas at Mod.
And the soap papers, then you lift it up and it just like
Yeah.
falls forward.
You know what's so crazy with Fluffy's the only second guy besides Andre Feely that I've seen that I can remember that tapes up the gauges.
Yeah, well,
That's got to be a bitch to train with because every day he's got to do that because if somebody's finger ends up in there,
yeah,
it's a nightmare.
Well,
So
Valerie Soto, my friend Val from the gym, she got robbed in her last fight. It was for the Fury title. She should have won it, and she would have been on a six fight.
she would
win
have gone
streak.
to the UFC with a win there.
Been in the UFC. She'll still get there, but she's going to have to fight again. But she's got gauges, and every time she fights, she has them taped. And in the first round, they always fall out, and then she just fights the rest of the fight without them.
That's crazy.
But yeah,
I feel like you would need to wear one and then tape it to keep the structure.
yeah, true.
That would make more sense if you did that.
But then you'd have a
actually.
hard spot in there because I think gauges are kind of hard.
They could probably do like a rubber gauge that was solid.
True.
And then you tape it from there.
Kind of
you
like
know?
how the wedding rings will be instead of a gold one, it'll be like a rubber.
Yeah, I used to wear a rubber one.
I used to
wear
wear a rubber.
Now I got kids, but to go train jujitsu, but I never liked because they always fell off.
Yeah,
And then I actually wore my real wedding ring to the gym a few times, and I was like, oh man, I got to put this in the locker. I don't want it to get caught in a weight, so I honestly don't wear one most of the time. It's just easier that way, if I'm going somewhere special or a night out.
I get it. Hooker doesn't either.
Yeah.
I would do the same thing if I had one.
I don't do all the extracurriculars that old Dan the Hangman does, but
you haven't hit
poor
that
Dan.
phase.
Like if that's not true, my God, he needs to sue that woman. Somebody commented that earlier, and I couldn't agree more.
Yeah, and if it's not true, he needs to fight his father-in-law.
His father-in-law. Apparently, there's some problems between him and his father-in-law that have been brewing for a while. That he just it boiled over with that.
Yeah, it really did.
You're telling me my son-in-law's got a girlfriend and she left him because he's banging dudes? Like, what's going on here?
Yeah, that's a harsh reality to wake up to.
I'd if that was my daughter, I get where he's coming from.
Yeah.
But to say that you see Dan getting his butt whooped in the UFC, and so you want to take him on at 56 years old with no fight training is. That's pretty wild.
Yeah, and he had the same voice as Volkanovski. All I heard was Volkanovski.
It's still better than the Jeff Molina stuff that came out.
Yeah.
It's just accusations. This was full-on video.
Yeah, here we go. All right, so walkout now. I'm glad to see that the Paramount is cutting down on the walkouts, on the commercials for the walkouts, at least for the main and the co-main on a fight night, which is good.
Yeah. Yeah,
All
you got to get the times down. It's like when you go to a restaurant, we talk about table times, right?
Yeah.
Ever watch Bar Rescue? It's all about the table times, how fast to get the drinks and then the apps and then the meal. So same thing when you're running an event like this. You have to have everything timed correctly. And the UFC had it down, but then they had to adjust with the Paramount deal because ESPN didn't have commercials. Now they do. I think
they had them, but it just wasn't like this.
Right. But
the pay-per-views didn't, they were sparse because obviously they're making money from the pay-per-view.
Right.
But so real quick, Johnny said spinach is the best topping for pizza.
100%.
See that I'm not going down that road.
Not the best, not the best one because it's not meat and there's no protein, but it's got iron and it does boil down good. I think that's pretty good. Chris's girl, shout out Tay. She always makes like a sourdough, focaccia bread, all that kind of stuff.
She's getting good with that.
And that she made a cheese and spinach one the other day that was money.
So Gary Fisher, who won the Ryan Garcia fight? Does anybody? No, I don't. I honestly wish we had a split screen here. I'd love
thank
to
you,
see
Gary.
it.
Thank you so much, brother. We appreciate you being here.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in. We wouldn't be making content if it weren't for people like y'all that support us and watch our videos. So thank you very much. I truly mean it when I say we wouldn't have a channel if it weren't for y'all. So.
And Gary, if you just tuned in, let us know who you got in the main event. Is Fluffy taking it, or is the former champ Strickland going to prove once again he's still elite amongst the elite?
I'm going to look up this. Since you asked, I'm just going to look here on my phone and see if I can see the Garcia stuff.
God did.
Is Hernandez, does he have an affiliation with Houston? Because he does this thing.
Yeah, I don't know.
Wears a grill.
I don't know. I've never heard of anybody training with him except for like a month ago when he was here doing some media obligation. He came to our gym and got some training in. So, but maybe he's kind of adopted it as a type of home, at least for the fight.
It's showing here at least that the fight has not started yet. Let me go to X real quick and see if I can see any updates on there.
Fluffy has entered the cage. Oh, for him to win via KO is plus 750. But you never know if he ends up rocking Strickland.
It looks like the walkouts are happening right now.
Oh, nice. So we know for a fact that they'll be still walking out by the time the main event.
Yeah, there'll be 7 or 8, musical performers and 12 national anthems. So we got some time.
Yeah.
From the stadium and the ring for the announcements, and then get them all back to their seats.
That's right. Are we recapping right after this?
Did somebody ask you?
No, I'm asking.
I was planning on doing it tomorrow in the long form, but we can.
No, I was literally just asking if so we can let them know, but if not, we could push it till tomorrow.
Yeah, I was going to do the recap tomorrow.
We'll get the thoughts.
Yeah, get the thoughts out, and it's been a long night of fights, so. We can hang out for a few minutes after the main event and talk, just kind of
decompress. Before we go to Whataburger.
Before Nick hits the drive-through.
I don't get why he's getting moved. It's like
right. He is the American, and he's coming out to fight, and he doesn't want to wrestle. He wants to give the crowd exactly what they want. And we always want a guy who's going to be saying things on the microphone when they're in front of him. Strickland says stuff. Sometimes he misses. Sometimes he says things that others wouldn't dare say in public. But at the end of the day, he's giving us the show that we want to see, which is an entertaining guy, a polarizing figure, somebody that you either want to see win or lose, but regardless, we're going to tune in for. And Strickland is that guy. Show the man some love. Let's go, Strickland. Already punching himself in the face. He's ready to rock and roll. Let's go. I agree, Gary. That medic KO was insane. What are your thoughts? Because he did that and made it look easier even than Carlos Prates did. Now, maybe some of that has to do with Carlos Prates deteriorating the chin of Jeff Neal, but if we're talking about Carlos now being in title talks or damn near on the line, what does that do for Uros Medic? Because if he's unranked, he's for sure got to get about into the top 10 off of that win. That's at least my opinion. Let us know. And guys, as Strickland's making his walkout, y'all just let us know who you think is going to win this fight and what round and how they're going to do it. Strickland looks like he's locked in and ready. One thing about Strickland is he's hard to plan for. We know exactly what he's going to do, and most people still can't stop it.
Yeah, man, that medic KO was insane. Was that KO of the night for you?
Of course, yeah.
Or I mean, Costa had a nasty one, but Dan Ige helped him out a little bit with it. I don't think he meant for that to be a head strike.
Yeah, both guys deserve some bonus money for those finishes. There needs to be 2 KO finishes that get a little extra 100K. Oh, wait, it's 25K.
Well, 25 guaranteed for a finish of any kind, but the KO of the night is still 100K.
So both guys deserve an additional,
but they both deserve
25.
Well, no, you don't get the 25 plus. It's either so if you get a finish, but you're not KO of the night, it's 25. If you are KO of the night, it's 100.
Well,
you're trying to stack.
Yeah, I'm trying to stack them up best way you can.
Fluffy by submission in the third. Johnny, I got him by submission in the fourth, so we're not too far off there. But Sean's, I don't know why I picked that, because Sean's never been submitted in the history of his UFC fighting career. So,
well, and styles make matchups, so this one's going to be a different fight for sure. But remember, he beat Imavov, and everybody's saying Imavov might be the guy that gives Hamzat a tough time.
I'm not saying that,
Yeah, but a lot of people are. We watched that footage of him striking, and you go, damn, he looks sharp.
And you got to remember, Sean put it to him.
Finished him, I think.
Yeah. I don't recall. I'm
pretty sure it was a late finish. If any of y'all can recall that, did Sean Strickland finish Imavov, or did he take him to decision? But I think he finished him.
Fluffy by submission. There's a first time for everything. Yeah. Nobody knocked Max Holloway out knocked Max Holloway down until Ilia Topuria cleaned him up. So,
yep,
you're right about that. Number 3 versus number 4.
Dude, Fluffy's hands look like his gloves look way bigger.
Either he's got massive hands for his body, or he's got gloves on that are too big for him.
Or they gave him some 16-ounce UFCs.
Let's see if I can't imagine they got him in fight gloves that are too big for him. That was just for the pictures. We got Sal Diamanto and Chris Lee scoring. That is, in a fight that's likely to go to decision, that is a factor.
It's
Those
important.
two have been known to render some horrendous scorecards. So
yeah, nothing quite like that Bird lady. Who is that?
Adeline Bird. Yeah, she's pretty awful.
I haven't seen her name in a hot second.
Good.
So thank God. Good riddance.
All right, here we go. Eric Nixick, man, he's quietly become one of the best in the game, man.
100%. Yeah, he's a great coach.
And then John Wood is the other one in
John Wood,
Vegas,
great
right?
Coach.
What is that? What's the name of his gym?
Well, Extreme Couture is
Nick
Sick.
And the other one is where Marab is out. Syndicate MMA. Yeah.
Sean looks locked in.
Yeah, Sean looks. They both look dialed. In fairness. Let's see how much charge I have here so I can keep up with the chat. Let's see. They both deserve it. Costa was a well-placed kick. Yeah, totally agree. They both deserve 100K, Gary. Strickland is connecting the whooping crane. Maybe. Let's see. That's it's very possible. Johnny, hopefully we get Hamzat versus Imavov announced soon. That's what I'm waiting to hear. But, now I keep hearing people talk about him versus Carlos Ulberg, which to me doesn't make any sense, because Yuri versus Ulberg is an awesome fight.
Right.
Like, let that okay, if Chimaev's moving up, fantastic, but let him defend against Imavov, do Yuri versus Ulberg, and then put Chimaev against the winner if you want to. If Alex is moving up, which I think we all realize he is. Let's see here.
And then one other thing I want to see is Dracus du Plessis go up to light heavyweight.
I'd like that too. I'd like to see some good things happen to Dracus. Is it just me, or does this main event take forever to start? Yeah, it feels like the walkouts and the announcement have been a while. Let's go Strickland. All right, let's see what happens here. Yeah.
Yo, drop your parlays if y'all are in. If y'all got good parlays and this is the last leg of the night, let us know what you stand to make.
And if you're just joining now, I was saying earlier, Derek Brunson apparently threw up a parlay $10 to win $53,000, and the last leg of it is Strickland needs to win this fight.
Yo,
just on the money line.
That's crazy that they only offered him $5K to pay out,
to
cash out. Because, getting like 9 of 10 or 11 of 12 things right, that's so hard.
He said he was going to hedge a little bit, so I imagine he threw something on Fluffy.
Yeah.
Either way, it's going to be a good night for Derek Brunson. Because you can afford to put like $10,000 on Fluffy if you're if you have that bet, because now it's you're guaranteed
playing a little house money.
Yeah. Here we go.
All right, let's see who controls.
Starting around 1.
Controlling the pace at the very beginning is important. Sean usually does that with a slower pace, but Fluffy, he does like to get in there and try to implement his game plan. It just depends. You don't want to get too explosive and fast twitchy on a guy who's standing his ground and waiting to counter.
And Sean coming forward, marching forward, and working that jab is going to be key for him here.
Oh, yeah.
Because Fluffy fights really good moving forward, and he fights really good when he backs you against the cage. If he's backing up, if Sean can get him to effectively back up, I think it can benefit him. Sean's thrown a lot of light inside leg kicks. I don't think he's throwing that for any other reason than to gauge distance and try to set something else up top.
Yeah,
because he's throwing him with nothing on him.
Well, and you notice too, he's stepping off. He's moving towards. He's circling slightly towards the power side of Hernandez, only to chop that inside leg kick, which is squaring Hernandez up. Look for him to land that once it opens up and squares Hernandez, maybe throwing a 1-2 down the pipe.
Nice inside leg kick by Fluffy. Sean's working a lot of jabs and a lot of no teeps yet.
One thing we were talking about,
leg kicks.
One thing we were talking about when we were breaking down this fight too is his Philly shell, which is often criticized by striking coaches and people that watch the sport, everybody. But it really does minimize your target exclusively to his head, and he keeps his weight in his back leg, so his head's actually pretty far away from you.
Well, and he's got good head movement too. And against a grappler like Fluffy, having your hands low like that, you can get the double unders, in a wrestling attack. So
very true.
I actually think that the shell, the modified shell, as it were, may actually be a benefit to Sean in this fight against Fluffy. But there you go. Fluffy just landed a nice hook over the top.
Yep, a nice jab, stiff jab. Nothing too bad, but he's finding the punch at the end of the range. So
Sean's the master of that turtle guard. Yeah, he sure is. Nobody really fights out of that in MMA. I mean, he's really the only one that I can think of offhand.
Yeah, we see low hand being held by a lot of fighters, but usually it's like a karate style. Michael Venom Page, Wonderboy Thompson, and because they're more dynamic. You don't see a lot of people stand their ground with their hands down.
Nice jab by Fluffy there. Yep. Both guys are trading some pretty decent jabs. About halfway through the first round, and neither guy has really implemented a game. There you go. Sean Strickland landing some shots there.
Beautiful shots landed early on for Strickland.
Sean had a nice 3-punch combination. 2 of them got through.
Fluffy kept his senses about him, though, and was able to fire back, landed one good one to get rid of the threat.
Sean's back to that inside leg kick. He's working that a lot tonight.
Yeah. Fluffy needs to try to keep neutralizing the offense. If he can keep neutralizing through positioning and pressure, he should do all right at closing distance like this. But remember what we said, the statistic, Strickland's takedown defense is really high level.
His takedown defense is better than Fluffy's percentage-wise, which was very surprising as I was going through the stats for our breakdown video.
Yeah, very true. It's insane.
Yeah. So and that's
like
the point of it. There,
too,
he just successfully defended the takedown attempt there by Fluffy.
Right, and doesn't look like he expended a lot of energy. Right, he's very efficient with his movement when he does wind up in a less than optimal position.
Yeah, good,
nice
jabs.
Jab. He's timing it as soon as Fluffy comes in, but he can tell that Fluffy's now trying to time that too. Yep, just like that.
I think that was more of a slip than a knockdown.
Looked like it. But it's hard to tell, too, because it did look like Fluffy threw something at the same time.
Yeah, he threw a punch, but I think it was more of a Strickland slip than it was a knockdown.
Well, hopefully there's not a slip and slide on the canvas like there was a few weeks ago.
So overall, a close fight so far.
Yeah.
Ooh, nice.
Beautiful
nice straight
shots
by Fluffy there. Fluffy landed some good
shots.
Hey,
y'all, I'm just going to say it real quick. Plus 750 money for Fluffy to win via TKO is not such a bad bet.
Yeah.
Seeing as he's able to actually land his shots. Because if he can land his shots, I'm not predicting he catches a walk-off KO, but he could find a TKO.
Yeah.
We've seen Strickland get touched already and even put on the ground, whether it's a trip or not. That kind of stuff can change a fight.
Strickland doesn't really get KO'd unless it's Alex Pereira, though, and Fluffy doesn't have that kind of power.
True.
But maybe a ground and pound finish. It's not for plus 750. It's not horrible.
No, yeah, plus 750 is great odds on that.
Okay, so each guy has landed 22 significant strikes so far.
But Fluffy's significantly more high percentage, huh?
He's throwing less. But Sean throws a lot of jabs. You know what I mean? And a lot of them are feelers and
yeah, but he's almost landing 50% of his strikes and Sean's landing about, 30%.
Good first round. That was now we talk about Chris Lee and Sal Diamano, right?
That's a close round.
Very close round. I don't even know how to score that round.
Yeah.
I say I want to edge it to Strickland.
I'm going to say Fluffy.
You think?
Yeah.
I think we're split here. Let me know in the chat, guys, who won that first round.
I've got Strickland winning the fight, but I think Fluffy won that first round.
You think so?
I think so.
What about that round gave it to Fluffy for you?
Well, I don't know if those were trip knockdowns or slips, but it did look like he was throwing. And like I said earlier, you got the pro Hernandez crowd in there, so they're going to react. Remember, the judges are humans, if they're not looking at the stats, they don't know how close they are on stats.
Yeah, Fluffy because of the drop, pretty close one a little more. Okay, so I think well, actually Gary and I, so yeah, Gary, so you and I think we're on the same page.
So what that tells me, we have to give a little bit of slack to the judges because that was officially one hard round to judge.
That one was, but we'll see. We'll see. I'll reserve my slack until we see the actual scorecards that they render.
True,
but that one I could see a case being made for either guy in that round.
Agreed.
Round 2, let's see. Sorry, we had a little technical difficulty with the timer there, guys.
Sorry, boys. Bear with us.
We keep saying boys. There may be some ladies in the chat, so guys and gals too. I am very aware that our demographic is 97.5% men, but for those of you ladies that support us, we love you.
That's right.
For all 3 of you.
Tell your female friends to start watching fights. I thought y'all liked shirtless men.
So again,
nice, clean too. You see the angle, the timing and the angle. I love when fighters delay a 2.
Yeah.
If you can delay a 2, it's not even a feint. It's just a delay. It's the timing drill, right? You always seen Coach Bob say, throw a 1, 2, 3 at this cadence, bop, 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 one after the next.
Yeah.
And then the next section is bop, bop, slight delay, boom. And then the next one is bop, bop, bop.
Yeah.
Right?
And that way they're always guessing. So many fighters, even at a high level, don't have any sort of rhythmic rhyme or reason to what they do. They just throw the same thing over and over again, and it makes it very easy. Yeah, Strickland's cadence is always something different, and it's why you see that jab there.
Yeah, that
was a different time
Beautiful
than the ones
jab.
he's thrown before.
That disruptive timing is all you need to really throw somebody off of their offensive rhythm and game plan. Now, Hernandez is going to be in your face all night, but if you can make him miss like that, he's going to expend a lot of energy with those steps. Hard to get inside on Sean Strickland. Those pushing the teep kicks, man.
It seems like Fluffy's starting to get a little frustrated with the jabs.
Yeah, that's trademark Strickland. Great job, though. Put some offense on and then get back to the center of the cage. Just don't back yourself up to the wall.
Yes, Fluffy's going to take an opportunity when he sees it when you're up against the wall like that.
Yep. Nice uppercut was found there for Fluffy.
And Fluffy's not out of it in the striking either. I mean, he's certainly landed.
And I'll mention, too, Fluffy's corner is right there, and they are literally calling him with their hands, telling him to come over to the corner.
Back into the cage, yeah.
Oh,
good uppercut by Fluffy there.
Uppercut lands. Guys, remember, don't sleep on that plus 750 money for Fluffy to get a TKO. He's landing his shots.
Yeah, Dean Thomas saying the jab is on point for Strickland. Yeah, that's been the difference maker for Sean in this fight so far. I'd like to see him follow it up with a few more shots. He's having success when he's doing it. I just don't think he's doing it enough.
Yeah. Octagon control is going to Fluffy. And, some of these combos, if Fluffy lands 1 or 2, it'll make everything seem equal on the damage side of things. And then the octagon control starts to play a role. You had to know these guys were going to deliver. And so far it's been a technical battle, but they are going to open up here in every single round.
And this is not a bad fight.
We knew they'd come out and do this.
Fluffy still seems to have just a little bit of frustration trying to get in on Sean to shoot his takedowns. He does well when he goes hands to takedown, but Sean you see that? He wanted to throw hands to a takedown, but Sean disrupted him with the jab there on his entry. Off.
Yeah, angled off really nicely.
Good body shot by Fluffy.
Very nice. Yeah, it can be kind of frustrating, but he hasn't seemed to have lost confidence in his ability to get in. Even though he keeps getting turned away at the door,
he's going to keep coming at you.
Yeah, he's finding. And now, yes, you got to get Strickland moving, and then it's that old saying that Wayne Gretzky made famous. They said, "How are you so good at hockey?" He goes, "One big difference between me and everybody else. Everybody else goes where the puck is, and I go where the puck's going."
One of the best quotes ever, and it translates so well to mixed martial arts.
That's right. When you're circling and you're pressuring somebody against the cage, don't throw strikes at where they are. Throw strikes at where they're headed.
Yeah. Or better yet, make them go where you want them to go and then land.
Now we're talking about chess.
Now that's Ilya Topuria, Alex Pereira level.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
very few that can do that.
Lomachenko.
Yeah.
If you got to go to boxing to find it at a high level.
That's like Ige. He doesn't go where the punch is, where the kick is. He goes where it's headed.
That's right. Yeah.
Ooh, nice
He did
shot
the
there
work
by
for
Strickland.
Costa. Yep. Good round so far for Strickland.
They're opening up a little bit.
This was a close round too.
Yeah.
And I would say we're tied 1 round each. I'd say Strickland might have got the better of that one, but he also looks tired.
This is a hard fight to score, man. If this keeps going like this, we're 100% having a split decision.
And I'm going to reserve my my hot take on the judges after this one, because this one's pretty tough.
Yeah, this is turning out to be very interesting if it goes to the judges.
Y'all remember when Cheeto fought Sandhagen?
Yeah.
One of the judges scored it like 50-45 for Cheeto.
Oh, yeah.
It came back that Sandhagen had, like, there was some kind of mix in beef with that judge from way back in the day.
They're humans at the end of the day.
Good fight. Classic Strickland. Strong takedown defense, working behind the jab. Frustrating Fluffy. Fluffy's got to get him to the ground. Yeah, I agree. He needs to get him to the ground. But the problem is Strickland's timing and his jab is good enough to disrupt Fluffy's entries. There's a couple of times in that round where Fluffy did try to work that double jab into a level change and a takedown. But the problem is he was disrupted by a nice clean jab of Sean.
Either that or he was chasing.
Yeah.
And then when he starts chasing, Sean angles off. And Sean hasn't really looked for fight-changing counters in those scenarios, but they are there when Fluffy opens up like that, gets heavy in the lead leg, lunges forward, leans too much, compromises balance. Strickland needs to be able to counter-strike on these opportunities, not just keep the stiff jab.
Yeah, razor close fight. I agree. Johnny said, I think Hamzat beats both of them. Yeah, I mean, that's
easy work.
Hamzat, nobody's beating Hamzat at 185.
No.
Hamzat's only going to do one more fight at 185. I don't think either one of these guys is going to get the opportunity because he's going to fight Imavov and then he's going to light heavyweight.
Isn't it funny that we made a post one time about it because Ilya was saying he wants the 185 belt, or no, the 170 belt, and Hamzat said he wanted the 170 belt.
Yeah.
We were like, people in the comments were actually like, dude, I really think Ilya could be the one to beat Hamzat.
No, that's insanity.
It's like, guys, did you watch the Arman Sarukian grappling match with Hamzat?
Yeah, that's a next level insanity.
Yeah.
Ilya is one of my favorite fighters, but Hamzat would pick him up and throw him out of the cage.
We have weight classes for a reason.
Yeah. So Adam Martin, Sean Strickland looks great tonight. This is the best he's looked since he shocked the world and beat Adesanya.
I mean, yes, but he's lost one of the rounds.
I think he looked just as good in the first Drickus fight. You know, the second one he got beat, but
the first Drickus fight was entertaining.
Yeah, Sean is just winning this fight with a very, very, very disruptive jab. Okay, this is what Fluffy needs. He's got one underhook. Sean's got the other. He's got Sean up against the cage. But, yeah, absolutely stunning takedown defense by Sean in a reversal. Now Fluffy's up against the cage.
Breaking free, not taking any damage in the break.
Could we see a world where this fight goes, oh, nice, beautiful knee to the face by Sean Strickland. Sean coming in hard now.
Keep a little bit of defense.
Sean pouring it on. Oh! Sean Strickland landed some big shots.
He's putting it on him. Barrage of punches and almost everything's landing.
Uppercuts. Big uppercuts for Sean Strickland. Fluffy's down, knockdown.
Justin Gaethje style.
That is it. Sean Strickland, technical knockout in the second round.
Once again, he
$53,000 for Mr. Derek Brunson.
Let's go.
Holy moly.
Throw a couple bones our way. A couple shekels.
Wow. What a fantastic win for Sean.
The win streak killer.
So Sean Strickland is fighting for a title in his next fight. What's happening is, and this is what's going to happen, Hamzat's going to fight Nasruddin. He's going to beat him.
Yep.
Nasruddin's going to shuffle back. Now, what did we talk about as far as who wants to be a double champ before the end of the year? Kamaru Usman.
Oh, yeah.
Now, and we said that's ridiculous. That's absurd. And it is. But he's got to win over Strickland. If he wants to move back up to 85, let's think about it for a second. You've got, okay, so if Nasruddin fights Hamzat and Nasruddin loses, he's back. Hamzat would then go up. Sean would go in. Fluffy's now back.
Brendan Allen.
Who would you put Sean against?
Not Kamaru Usman, but I mean, crazier things have happened, and he has a win. So you know, you can always try to make the case. The UFC is willing to hear you out if you want to make a case for a fight, especially.
Now
if
I'm grasping at straws a little bit there, but I understand that. But you know, this did just maybe make his chances go from 1% to 7%.
Oh, 100%.
You know, as far as being fighting for a belt before the end of the year.
Nixick does it again.
Yeah, Eric Nixick's the man. Let's get to the comments real quick.
All right, what y'all think?
Elia's favorite story is David versus Goliath. Yes, that is true. But Hamzat's a different breed. Hamzat's different than the 170 champ, the 155 champ.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, wouldn't that be so? Just optically, can you imagine?
It would be crazy. Him versus Islam's tail of the tape is going to be crazy enough.
So it's
see Larry Wheels and Dean the Great.
Yeah.
Wrestling.
Yeah.
And he just grabbed his arms and started spinning him around.
Yeah.
That's what it was
By the way, this Dean the Great getting knocked out every single day on a
the
live
old
stream
head that slept him. That
yeah, his name is Tiki.
Yeah.
Dude, that guy dropped the drink and threw the elbow in the
Yeah.
same blink of an eye.
Not to mention the day after that, he was driving in his convertible and the top came off of it.
You know what? Good. That's just God getting his attention. You don't go over there and start running your mouth the way he does. I think that guy, he's going to wind up continuing to be the beat up dummy on live streams.
Yeah.
And if that's the move you're going for, then more power to you. But from what I can tell, he doesn't like that his new image is some fool that gets beat up every time he goes in public.
So Sean looks stunned. Great fight. That knee changed everything. Totally agree with that. Strickland ain't the lead, Zay. You are right about that. Man, Strickland put on a clinic. Yes, he sure did.
He's a beast.
Let's hear what he's got to say.
And like I said, too, he fights best when his back's against the wall. People said, oh,
Is that his girl there?
Yeah. All right. Paramount is clinching their pearls.
Yeah, Paramount's like, why did this guy have to win?
They just pucker it up.
Let's hear what he's got to say.
Said Fluffy's as tough as it gets, embracing the man.
He said he's got some solid boxing. Nobody ever told him. He does, yeah.
Strickland proving that
Look
championship
at Sean
level.
Strickland. Can Hamzat versus Strickland be next? I don't think so. I think it's Nasruddin. And then I think Hamzat's leaving the division.
I agree. But if he sticks around, then Strickland
If he
would
sticks
be
around,
fun.
then for sure.
And
yeah.
they've sparred together.
Yeah. Okay. Bisping asking him what he wants next.
Look at that finishing mindset.
He said if Hamzat gets off the bench, he'd like to beat his ass. Okay.
He doesn't really care about who else he has to fight, but that's the guy he wants.
Wow, he wants Hamzat. Okay. Okay, saying they had some words at the weigh-in, but Strickland's squashing the beef.
Saying he fought like a Mexican, and they both did, and
he said Fluffy's a man he wants to be, married, father. You know, the thing is, Sean's a good guy, and I think everybody knows that, and everybody kind of excuses some of the nonsense he says because, like, after the fight, you get a post fight like that.
Yeah, he has a rough around the edge way of getting his words out, but at the end of the day, he stands for a lot of traditional values, and that's kind of the way he just wants to be seen, and he wears his heart on his shoulder.
Fluffy's saying he's going to go back to work and get better. Time to get back to work. Yeah. Fluffy will be back.
Yeah.
Hot take. I'd like to see Fluffy move to 170. He's too small for this division, and he's carrying a lot of fat even on fight night.
Yeah, there's not any small guys there, but maybe like him versus RDR might be interesting.
Maybe, but I think he needs to move to 70.
Yeah.
I think he can make that move, and I think he needs to do it.
Yeah, it just depends on how much how his body takes to the weight cut, I guess.
But if you look at him just optically, he's not as lean as the other guys.
Right.
I mean, he's got a good 10 pounds of fat that he could lose before he looks as lean as the other fighters.
And his frame's a little smaller. Yeah.
I would love Hamzat Strickland, but I think Hamzat going up to 205. Yeah, totally agree. Holland and Strickland hurt him to the body. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, man. Well, guys, this has been
What
fun.
a night. I can't wait to hear what he's got to say on the post-fight press conference. It's going to be fun.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys all for hanging out with us for a few hours here.
Let's go. Thank y'all.
We love you all. We appreciate you. Nick and I are going to sit down tomorrow and we're going to recap this fight. We're going to talk what's coming up next week and then some current events. I'm sure we'll rope Hamzat into the conversation because,
why not?
Why not? So, yeah.
Thank y'all so much. Hopefully we got to everybody.
One more. I agree. Fluffy welterweight. Yeah, that's the move. That's the move. It has to be.
It's a great move. I think it makes a lot of sense. But, I guess we'll see what he has to say. He's not too beat up, so we should hear from him tonight. Yeah. And, guys, thank y'all so much for tuning in. It means the world to us. Keep tuning in. Every weekend we're here. If fights are on live for the UFC, you better believe we're over here on YouTube talking about the fights. And we'd love to see you in every single one of them this year.
Peace and enjoy Whataburger. Johnny wants you to enjoy your Whataburger. So
I will.
I'm taking his ass home, so I guess I got to take him through the drive-thru.
Yeah,
so,
midnight snack is on me. Y'all have a great rest of your night.
Thank you guys so much. Tune in to video will be out either tomorrow night or Monday morning, depending on what time we record. Full recap. Look forward to what's happening this weekend. Maybe a little BMF talk, maybe a little Hamzat talk. We'll see you then. Love you guys. Peace.
Peace.